They get a whole different kind of love.
Yeah.
Now you're smarter than a fifth grader.
Yeah.
DJs make that money too.
Ooh, who couldn't?
He don't call home for anything, so
Make that bread.
doing good.
Yeah.
Open your ears and listen.
Yeah.
Direction for your ambitions.
New narrative. This the community coalition.
Drumel, Corey, and Dory here for the intervention. We've been letting it slide for too long. He on not no more slipping. Unity in our communities is how we rise up. Empowerment to self, knowledge as well. Let's wise up. No more fighting as individuals. We municipal. Change the forecast.
This the podcast to listen to.
You got a vision.
We got a vision.
Just make it visible.
Say we got a
Y'all can make somebody see another side of me.
Real talk 360.
Real talk 360.
All bite, no bark.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
That's what we want. That real.
Yo.
Here we go.
Yo.
Come on. Still go hard.
Every time you play that, it's like day one.
I'm telling you.
Every time you play that, it's
Need to
like
get
day
that
one.
added to
It's
the
like,
record.
man.
Yeah.
Day one.
Add it to the
That was
workout.
good, man. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning because my energy almost gone.
Oh man, you're gonna need to get you a nap.
So you know what I'm about to do, right?
Well, yep.
What they tell the DJ to do?
Tell the DJ, bring it.
Tell the DJ,
Tell the
bring
DJ
it back.
bring
We
it
get
back.
the energy going on up
We
in
got to
here.
get the energy level up in this building.
Yeah. We got James Dixon in here.
You've been up since 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock, man.
Oh, man.
Your ears and listen. Direction for your ambition.
Okay.
New narrative.
This the community coalition. Drumel,
Energy.
Corey, and Dory here for the intervention. We've been letting it slide for too long. He on not no more slipping. Unity in our communities is how we rise up. Empowerment to self, knowledge as well.
Let's rise up.
No more fighting as individuals. We municipal. Change the forecast. This the podcast to listen to.
Just the podcast to
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to.
Podcast to listen
Just the
to.
podcast to
All right,
listen
real
to.
talk.
How y'all doing today?
Great, brother.
We
Great.
good.
man,
We
great.
good.
Who come up with that hook for y'all?
That was my cousin, man. His name Jonathan Williams out of Darlington.
Oh, yeah.
You know all the greats come from Darlington.
Oh my God.
Depending on what you're looking at, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you see, everything
Depending on
you
what
see,
you're looking at.
wherever you see in Darlington is great. You got to come up on that mic because I want them to get
I
all
like
the
that.
jewels
He
you
said,
got.
depending on what you're looking at.
All right.
I gotta
How y'all
get this
doing
thing to
today?
Stop moving.
We good. We
doing
good.
You get it right over there. Take your time.
Help them out over there.
Good though.
It's gonna fall.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Joy, what's going on, man?
Oh, man. Good. Living great.
How was your week going?
Week going good. Weekend going great. It's Founders Day. Shout out to the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, 1906, Cornell University, Ithaca, New York. It's our day. December 4th. It's our day.
19.
So y'all
06.
day the same day. Y'all and Jay-Z day the same day, ain't it?
Don't do that.
When greatness was born? I'm just telling you, that's a boy's birthday.
Talk about.
This is something to look.
Corey Grant.
I don't like how you did that Jay-Z thing just now.
I didn't mean no disrespect, though.
I'm
That was
just
too
letting you
great.
know that's how I
man.
take
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, all right, but yo, he ain't got nothing to do with
I'm
this.
just saying his birthday
He
is
ain't got nothing
December
to do with
4th.
this. Whatever. Our
Yeah.
Founders Day is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This ain't got nothing to do with no Jay-Z.
Who are your founders?
Huh?
For the people who don't know. I don't know.
Oh, man. It's 7.
You're Alpha
Seven
too.
Jewels.
You Alpha.
Oh yeah,
Alpha.
yeah, I'm
We
an
call
Alpha
them
man.
Jews.
Oh, man.
Alpha man.
So
Oh, yeah.
who are your founders for the people that don't
Alpha
know like me?
man.
Because I was never in a fraternity.
What you mean? Who our founders? Ain't nobody running nothing down for you, man. Our founders are our founders.
They're
You know,
Jews.
They Jews.
No names.
7 of them.
Oh, so
Google
say
us.
if don't get fly now.
Google us.
Don't get fly.
It's my Founders Day. You don't tell me
You know what
not
I'm
to
saying?
get fly.
No,
Excuse
but
me.
I'm trying
You
to.
can't
No,
even
hold
talk-
on.
You're
I'm
trying to
trying to
educate.
explain to my people.
Oh, okay,
In
'cause
case
then-
they want to know to the people
Yeah.
that's coming on. Don't make them go be one of those.
They can do what they
Because they'll
want to
tell
do.
you. But I want you. The reason why I asked if it was disrespect, you say,
Yeah.
"Yo, that's disrespect."
Yeah,
I don't know.
They ain't
Yeah, we
gonna
don't run
be-
that
Yo,
down.
I
No,
never
it's,
went in fraternity. I was in the game.
that's
It's,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's two different things.
Okay.
All right, slow down now.
All right, all right,
Shoot,
all
man.
right,
Get-
all right,
Oh, for the people who want to know,
all right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about y'all fraternity to the people, the little young black dudes down there, when they want to go to college, so they can come over where y'all at? Because I can't tell them much. I don't know.
I'll tell them it's a scholarly organization. I tell them this is scholarship, fellowship, and love for all mankind. I'll tell them we started this thing out in 1906. So anything after 1906
Yeah.
How they say, if you ain't first, you last.
It's a root to the tree.
We gave you a chance.
It's a root to the
Gave
tree.
you a chance. You didn't want to say
It's a
nothing.
root to the tree.
It's
And
a root.
it's got, you know, manly deeds, but it's about service.
Service.
That's our word.
Service
you know?
above self, right?
Service.
Yes,
absolutely.
above self.
You know, it's about service. And, you know, brotherhood, of course.
Service to the community.
Service to all man. We got love for all mankind.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm answering.
Hey, calm down. I'm
said
just trying to give you props.
I said service.
Yeah, I want to know who service too, because there's people like me that don't know. Yeah,
all mankind.
You
What
see,
don't you understand about all mankind?
see it.
Sometimes I don't know what mankind is.
Feel it. See it.
All human beings?
Okay, that's why I asked.
I got a question there.
And the reason,
So if a young male's coming on the college campus, what's the main thing y'all can put out there to attract them to be an alpha?
Well, it's about how you carry yourself.
Right?
You know, I like for when people mention to me, "Oh, I didn't know you were an alpha."
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, and then they're like, it makes sense.
Yep.
I don't have to put it out there. I don't have to make a lot of noise. The way I carry myself, it's a way in which we do things that it's not always loud. We do have loud bros.
Yeah.
But it's what you do and how you carry yourself and the service that you provide to all people, men, women, white, black, everything. And you being serviceable. You see somebody, you know, down, you might just give them some words of encouragement.
So it's about like Prince Hall Masonry.
See the need, feel the need.
Yeah, anywhere you see, anywhere you see there's a need, you feel that.
See it and feel it.
Yeah. Somebody on the side of the road, flat tire. It's a lady. I mean, some people say that's chivalry or gentleman, but that's an alpha thing. You're supposed to help that out.
Yeah.
Somebody needs you right now. You service that.
See it.
You fulfill that void.
Feel it.
okay, so what I'm asking is, you wouldn't know what the alpha was until you got to college, because you don't say you're an alpha.
No, I mean you wear paraphernalia. You can wear paraphernalia.
Because when I first met him, he always had on your black and gold jacket, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing, because I never really knew about fraternities and things.
But
like
he had that jacket on, and you saw how he was handling business. And he was like, I wonder what that means. That brings a sense of curiosity to you.
No, because I knew him first.
But then you saw him with the jacket.
I saw him with the jacket on.
Right.
That was just his jacket.
Right.
But you already knew the man, right?
But I never asked him what that jacket represents, because sometimes you can see people with stuff on and they do not represent what they got on.
But then when you saw him with
So I never put him together. Only when I put him together with an alpha is when he went back to college. And then I started asking him, I said, yo, so now your jacket is coming back. And he went back to college after we worked where we was. Then I started asking him about it.
But he was already alpha?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't. I knew he was once. I knew he was in college once. Then he went back because he used to have his jacket on, but I never seen him. We was at work. I never seen him or asked him about it. So when he went back to college, because he went back to get a degree, that's when I asked him. I didn't ask him, but I said, yo, and then he told me about it.
But you knew him before you knew he was an alpha.
I knew him. Yeah, I knew him.
And then when you find out that he's an alpha, it's like,
no, that didn't change nothing how I feel about him.
You missing my point by trying to make your own. What I'm saying is,
I ain't making no point because I don't know. That's what I'm asking. You just trying to put yours on me. I'm giving the dudes. I'm giving them props.
No, I'm explaining to you the question you asked me about how he carried himself before you even knew he was an alpha.
Yeah. Now he did some stuff I ain't like too. Now,
well, nobody's perfect.
Straight up,
nobody's perfect.
I'm just saying
we ain't perfect.
So I like the man before I knew he was a fraternity. If he dropped a fraternity tomorrow, this still my man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's
the stuff I like him from. The stuff I like him from.
It ain't got nothing to do with it.
The stuff I like him from come from his grandmother.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I came from his grandmother. So it's come from his upbringing.
It all makes sense. He made a decision at some point though because of that upbringing, right?
So check this out.
Oh, okay.
So, but if he'd never have that upbringing in him, you don't know where he'd be.
But he did.
Okay, shouts out to the alphas, man. Straight up.
06.
Shouts out to old school raising. The man make the alpha.
There you go. To him.
Yeah. He got mad. I was getting
alpha over there.
That's perception.
Straight up. And what
no fraternity for me.
No fraternity. Okay. I don't got no fraternity.
I'm a Mason, that's all.
Okay.
One of the oldest fraternities.
Well, hold up. We're gonna bring it back. This is Real Talk 360. 115 years today. I came on here to give him his props as we talked about it early this morning.
We who?
Me and Dory.
See?
I said, it's your day.
It is. I graded him.
Yeah,
But-
it's your day.
But go back to James though, because it's about that upbringing though, because his son Alpha.
Yeah.
It's about that upbringing, like he
See
said.
what I'm saying?
Son's an alpha.
See? And there's some people who might just be finding out about him. They
Yeah.
might not even know that he is an alpha. And they're like, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he don't wear the paraphernalia. all the
I
time.
like
There you
that.
go.
And I would say the majority of us, that's how we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
It's like that's part of us.
Yeah.
That's a notch in the belt. We do
Yeah.
a lot more than that. But when you find out that that's
Yeah.
what it is, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I'm pretty sure y'all turned away some brothers that wanted to be an alpha that
You
you,
know
just
that-
didn't see it in them, right?
That's why they're
That
other
come-
fraternities.
That comes with the
That's how that goes.
everybody ain't alpha material.
There you go.
If you can't
Yeah.
get down, then you go
Yeah.
do your own thing.
Yeah.
And shouts out
And
to
then they'll
them.
be throwing up the other
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
exactly.
They be doing the other stuff, man.
So that's how that happens.
That's how you get
That's
there.
just how that happens. And shouts out to them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's
Yeah.
a root to this tree.
There's a root. There's a root.
There's a root to this
There you
tree.
go.
So shouts out
That's
to
how
us.
that
115.
Well, I didn't mean to go there. Well, I roll by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm nothing no more. You know what I'm saying?
Me, five, me.
Yeah, that's all I am, man. Straight up. But today we have James Dixon.
Oh, yeah.
Sir,
You know what I'm saying? One of my good friends.
Now,
Now,
I like the way you added that on, bro. I like the way you added
Yo,
that
this
on.
one-
Now.
This about to be good.
Yes, sir.
the sheriff,
I just appreciate the invite.
of course, the sheriff of Chesterfield County, South Carolina.
Salute.
How about that?
One thing y'all might not know, and I don't know if it's true, but a lot of people don't know how big Chesterfield County is.
I slipped.
Third largest county in the state of South Carolina,
Yeah.
land wise.
Now,
Third largest?
Third.
yeah,
Land wise.
because when you think of Chesterfield County, you think of Pageland.
Right.
You got to think of Pageland. You got to think of Pageland, Sherrall,
and
Chesterfield, and what is
McBee.
Wallace? McBee.
Is Lancaster
Yeah,
in
all that over there.
Ruby, Mount Crockett.
Yeah, everywhere I used to hand out flies at.
It's spread out. It's
But
spread
check
out.
this out, man. My time in Sherrall and knowing him is that
What you got going on, bro?
I don't know. My phone's just ringing, man.
Put them phones on vibrate.
Businessman, bro.
Hey, they got a tank.
A tape?
A tank. Did I say the tank?
We had all that stuff. We had
Yeah.
a tank, a helicopter.
With the
all that
battle.
stuff.
I'm talking about the only time I ever seen the tank was in California, man, in LA. They had a helicopter.
Like an army tank?
It was
Yeah,
like an armored personnel carrier. Not exactly like an army tank, but a personnel carrier.
They used it,
right.
or was it just out there?
I don't know.
That's
what
for
they
show.
do.
Oh,
That's for sure.
Hey, when I
Yeah, we
seen it,
used it.
when I seen it, I said, "God, man, they ain't playing.
They ain't playing. Yeah, they ain't playing. Yeah,
And they got a helicopter."
you said, man, they
But that was in the past. We don't have any of those items now.
Yeah.
Our helicopter went to another law enforcement agency.
Oh, okay.
Wow, they needed a helicopter.
Yeah.
But third largest, so yeah, that probably makes sense.
Oh yeah, when they bring in the helicopter, you in trouble.
And when I met him, he was a major.
Uh-oh.
But the good thing about it, when I met him, I did not dislike him.
Uh-huh.
But at that time, I was in the club business. He was law enforcement. One night, I'm in the club, and I keep hearing, "Yo, they got a roadblock over here. They got a roadblock over here." I'm like, "Oh man, what's going on?" You know, I ain't from there.
Uh-huh.
Then next thing you know, I see police come from everywhere, and I see they come on in. Then I see this guy walking in. You know,
Swole.
I think he had on this little shirt. That I said, "Man, it's a big brother." Hey, and I know they was asking for who the owner. I ain't even want to say I was the owner. You know what I mean? Got scared. So we got talking. We started talking, man. There was just some things going on in there. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what they wanted. He wanted it in this county. I can understand that now. And we talked. And that night, you know, he was a big dude, man. He was the police too, so I had to act tough too.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So did the music was this like interrupting the club action? Or did y'all get off to the side somewhere?
Off to the side.
When we talked to the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the party kept going.
Yeah.
Okay,
The party
okay.
kept going. Yeah,
All right,
but he
all
had like 50 police in there.
In the party?
In the party, man.
Oh, the party ain't going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the party was stopped. The music was just playing.
Hey, it was a stand up. They standing up. They scared.
I ain't doing nothing.
But man, you got to realize you bought people from everywhere.
Yeah, man. And I did after that. I understand that.
Good people.
No,
Ah.
I thought they was good people.
Oh, man. They wasn't good people.
Yeah, but you know, at the time, man, you know, I just time is, man, I done spent all this money in this club. These police coming, and because I can understand that, because it went from, you know, probably a calm Saturday night. So now you got about 500 people in your city.
Yeah.
So after, you know, something's gonna happen.
Who was the artist you had that night coming? It was an artist coming.
Waka Flocka.
There you go.
Oh,
Never made it.
oh,
Never made it.
He never made.
Hey.
He nodded his head.
Yeah,
Nope.
he never made it. Never made it.
Got caught up in a traffic stop.
Traffic stop.
Riding dirty.
They pulled the helicopter out.
Hey man.
Oh,
Hey man. 15 grand, man.
Oh, Waka.
And we still had a
it.
good time. But after that, you know, it was just, you know, I was taught never like the police. You know what I'm saying? So when I met them, that's even though my life had changed, but it's still in my mind, we was taught never like the police. You
Never
know what I'm
liked
saying?
or respect the police. Never liked.
They said like, but they never taught me respect.
Gotcha,
You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? Because when they taught me about the police, the people who taught me about the police and the police that I saw there was never, now there was some good ones, but it was never right for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But then, you know, the crazy thing is after that happened, I came to the police station and talked to him.
Sure did.
Right after that.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, now I'm going to find the police. I said, boy, life is changing. I'm going to find the police.
Going to look for them.
But you know what? The reason why is that when I left, he was like, that was the first time I respected the police.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't come in acting bad. The only thing he was doing was flexing his muscles and stuff. But we talked, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understood. So I went to and I told him, and he was like, yo, you can't do this and you can't do that and stuff like that.
Mm.
Stuff that I kind of knew, but sometimes, you know, when you're chasing the money, you forget things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, because the club can't tell who it's going to track. You know, you were using it to make money.
Mhm.
And I'm in law enforcement to keep the county safe.
Yeah.
And the people in the clientele you attract, they don't care about either one of us.
Mm.
They just there for a good time.
So have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I came up with a respect and a kind of like I had family members who were in law enforcement when I was young, and I was one of those who was ready, and they took us to the jail, put us in the jail cell, said, and you know, made an example, and you know, not I want to say scared straight. I was real young.
Yeah.
It was like that's where you will be, and I was like, and this is it. And it's like, yeah, and you do everything together, and there's no privacy, and that's your toilet, and I'm like, oh. And I mean, I'm maybe 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
So
they terrified you.
Exactly.
Hey.
Shout out to them.
They
know who they are. But
I've been in law enforcement now going 35 years. When I go
Yeah.
inside the jail, I still get an eerie feeling.
I just
Can't
that
door
was
slam.
no sir.
I have brothers that are sheriffs, and
Mike Hamlin.
yeah, and Cleveland Howard, Mike and Cleveland. But I grew up around the police, so, but never disliked police because every encounter that I had was, you know, they're good people. Like you said, they're trying to you know, keep the community safe. I just pray for them, especially when they look like
us.
Yeah, I just pray for them because, like you said, people don't care about you.
Yeah,
they don't care about you, and you're just trying to go home. Most of the time, they're just trying to go home to their family. So I just pray for my brothers.
I appreciate it,
and all of them. Like
I know Mike too, and Mike's an awesome guy. He raised 4 boys on a law enforcement salary, and all of them did good, college wise. Couple played in the pros. So Mike did an awesome job.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Dixon.
Don't tell me.
What made you want to be getting in law enforcement?
You know, when you're in the first grade, second grade, when that teacher walks in the room and say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, a fireman or a police officer. And that stayed with me for a long time. I got to high school, I thought I was going to be a pro athlete. And being a pro athlete, I played baseball, I played football, had the opportunity to play some college football. I went to Texas, I didn't do it, came back and worked in a manufacturing plant. If you ever worked in a manufacturing plant, it's going to be a life-changing event.
Yes.
It's not for everybody.
Yes.
That's what my mama said.
It's not for everybody.
Hey,
If you want your child to straighten up, put him in a plant, make him go to work, and it's going to make him or break him. It broke me. And I got out of there at 22. And I've been this going on 35 years later. I'm still here. And I want to go back in the manufacturing plant.
Shout out to that.
Shout out to that, man. And I'm laughing because Jamel and I used to work together in the manufacturing place, in the plant at Honda.
Right across from each other.
And Jamel used to always say, man, it got to be a better way than this, right? It got to be a better way.
I had a partner. He works with the sheriff's office with me now. We live less than 100 yards from each other. We went to work 6 o'clock in the morning sometime and got off 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, you went in when it was dark, you got off when it was dark.
Yeah.
Can't see the can't see.
Still doing that.
And they still doing it.
Still doing it.
Ooh.
It's a choice thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some people made a great living in the
Yeah.
manufacturing plant,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't see myself doing it.
I couldn't either. And so when we was talking about earlier, I went back to school, finished my degree, got my master's, and now I manage in a manufacturing
But a
place.
different setting.
Different
right?
setting.
Different setting.
Yeah, different setting.
But you have maybe a better view of looking at the
Yeah,
people that work
yeah,
under you.
yeah.
And
Totally understand it.
And they probably respect
Yeah,
you more,
yeah,
and you respect them because you've been with them.
Yep. And I understand it. We can communicate on that level. I understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take it back. I remember you ran for sheriff. What was it 2017? 14. Okay. Right after Sam Dixon, right?
Sam Parker.
Sam Parker. I don't know why I call him Sam Dixon. But the first time you ran, when I heard you was running, I said, "Oh my man, running for sheriff." You know what I'm saying? But even though that I've heard this people say in the county you from, you should have won that year too.
Yeah.
But you came back in 2019 and won, right? Are my years right?
18.
Okay, 2018 and won.
Right.
So really, you the first African American sheriff in Chesterfield County?
Correct.
All right.
And I never talk about it.
Come
I
on.
tell people
That's
that
what's up.
when I'm out, my kids can talk about it.
Mhm.
Right now, I just want to talk about being the first one to try to do things right.
Yeah.
Try to be fair to the people, black or white.
Right.
Yeah.
Make a better living for the guys that is working under me. Because I started in law enforcement. My first salary was $11,000. $11,000.
That was your salary?
That was my salary. A year. Nah.
Ooh.
And I was still living at home, but it kept the bill, my little bills paid. I had
Right.
a little car payment. That was it.
Yeah.
And I worked for a guy that he wouldn't hire African Americans. He would have one in every position. And I stayed in it long enough to get a love for it. But I wanted to change that because, we got blacks, whites, Hispanics. Law enforcement needs a variety of people because we deal with a variety of people in the
Amen.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what the
that's
community
true.
is.
When you
Yep.
set your department up, you need to set it up to reflect the community.
That's
you
true.
live in.
Yeah.
That's true.
I believe, and you said the right thing, and the reason why I said that because I knew you weren't gonna say that. I knew you wouldn't say you wanted because I know you as a fair man. I don't
At
care if
times
you
I can
white
be.
or black. To me, you always been fair, and I don't like people too much. But
Nah, you
to me,
can-
you are.
You can mean mug somebody. man.
I had to put on. If come hitting to do this, man. I had to-
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but I knew, but he always was a fair man. So I knew when he got that position that he was going for change.
Okay.
I knew there was going to be some change, and it was going to be a change for
For the better.
the community, not just, I could say just the black people or the white people or the Hispanics. I know he was going to try to change it. This is my thought, that he was going to try to change it for everybody. So I respected that.
Yeah.
But in life, so many times people try to make things black or white,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
or Democratic, Republican.
Yes.
Oh.
And we need to make it about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Leave those titles off the black, the white, the Democrat,
Yep.
Republican, and do the service above self thing.
Exactly.
And concentrate on why we on this earth. We on this earth to make it better for each other.
That's what we're supposed to do.
People got to
You know,
learn that.
if I can't help you, I should never hurt you.
Right.
Yeah.
But so many times in life, you meet people that rather hurt you than help you because they're looking after themselves. They're trying to progress themselves. But if we can take each other along, we can help progress our whole community by helping each
Yeah.
other.
That's what we call them. They.
They.
And what's they call?
Oh, I can't remember.
Man, go ahead and find
I
that,
gotta
man. We
find
call
it,
them
man.
they.
God.
We call them they. I know that. I know that. Man, you should have had that.
Oh,
Because
You
they
should have
always
had
say
that
they.
coming.
oh man.
They.
But one more question I want to ask you. Like, being the type of person you are, and now that you're a sheriff, how does that make you feel when you see people with the badge that don't do the right thing?
They need to be out of it
Yeah.
because they're giving the whole law enforcement perspective throughout our country a bad rap. I like to talk about when you remember when Bill Clinton was president.
Yeah.
He signed the NAFTA agreement,
Ooh,
foreign trade
yeah.
agreement. That took a lot of our jobs.
talked about that, yeah.
took a lot of our jobs out of the United States.
Killed my county.
and sent them overseas.
Yeah.
Killed my
Because
county.
in Chesterfield County, we had a lot of manufacturing plants.
Talk to
Yeah.
him.
Not for me though, but they were there.
Yeah.
And we were vibing.
Yeah.
And now
people took pride in those jobs.
They did.
There was a community, there was a strong community sense. People provided for their families and they had a tradition of being there. They made what we call good.
Making
money.
decent money in your community.
Yes.
And now they took these jobs overseas. So law enforcement is seeing people coming into this profession that normally wouldn't get in law enforcement because the jobs are not there. Law enforcement is a job you can do. You keep your nose clean. You're going to have health insurance. You're not going to get rich, but you can take care of your family. But when we had these plants and the jobs were abundant, these guys and girls weren't trying to get in law enforcement. They did something else. And I think now that the job market is the way it is, we're attracting the wrong kind of people right now.
Yeah.
So you see it. You see the things that's happening throughout the world. The shootings, the officer-involved shootings. And I talk about them. I'll tell them in a minute. I think some of them scared. They're scared to do the job. But that's why I'll tell you. And I set up my department. I want people that reflects the community. Because if Jamel got an issue, maybe a mental health issue, if I buy Bobby from your community, he know you.
Yeah.
When he see you, maybe a little off that day, he gonna know how to talk to you. But if I hire Jimmy from another state, and he meets you, he gonna be afraid of you. He gonna know how to handle you.
Right.
And that might come into a shooting or anything. But if you want to cut down on this stuff, hire people from the community. And it ain't all about training is the same. The training hadn't changed since I've been in law enforcement. The people have.
People. Dang.
That's heavy.
That's heavy right now.
What the hell?
That's
I
heavy.
ain't even mean to hit that. I meant to hit something else, man.
That's heavy though.
I found the day though. The day what we were referring to earlier is those that are in the systematic mindset of the control of the destruction of our people.
That's when we say day.
That's when we talk about they. That's what we
It's not
say.
black or
Yeah,
white.
it's
Repeat that.
those that not white people in general, but any being that is those that are in the systematic mindset of the control of the destruction of our people.
Yeah,
because there's a systematic mindset that helps control in how we tear each other down.
Yeah. That's what we talk about when we say day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of days then.
And then when you get some of the days that you mentioned too that are now getting these positions or these jobs that they may not have even been interested in before, that's
what we got.
We have the interactions that we do have.
But while I was thinking, right, I've seen, no disrespect, I could remember as seeing the police when I was little. And then I guess when I was younger, I was here in Darlington. It was a small town. So as I got older, you could see kind of like the change, like when you got that 21-year-old that was just that 21-year-old, you took him out of his element and you put him in the projects or something. I know he's scared.
Yeah.
Right.
But he might not be scared that he want to hurt somebody at first, but he might be scared if it came to him from not knowing that community or something like that.
Right. How to respond to it.
Right. He don't know how to respond to it. So he is scared. And then he does something that may be an overreaction in most people's mindset. But for him, he was scared. He was scared.
Yeah.
So that's scared to me always equal unqualified.
I was at a meeting early part of the week, and the guy asked me, he said, what is one of the major things that law enforcement is up against in the communities? And he thought I was about to say drugs or robberies. I told him parenting.
Explain that to him.
Yeah. Parenting, because now all of us in this room, we probably was raised kind of with an iron fist. We knew what we was allowed to do and what we could do and what we couldn't do.
Yes, sir.
Parenting, that's going to change. We got to get our parents. Our parents are younger, and they're not raising our kids. That's why you see the way our world is trending now. It's you got to take it back to home. They always talk about we don't have enough program for our kids, right? You put them in a program, at the end of the day, 5 o'clock, they go home. Where they go back to?
Where they came from.
Back in that same environment. So we got to change the way we raise our kids. I come from school and you got your behind tore up. You got to spank it. All the way through high school, you got to spank it. You touch a child, you touch somebody's kid now, what happens?
You might got a case. You might got to come get him.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now, and you call a parent now, they tell your son and daughter's doing such and such. Who get blamed? The one that made the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to change the way we're raising our kids now. I think we're 4 or 5 generations behind.
I can kind of agree with that because actually Our generation started with crack came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell people today.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said it, because now, you know, your uncle that you used to look up to, that you follow everything he do. Now, once he get on them drugs and he sell you crack, now he doing what you say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Your mother that you put up here, but let's say if there's financial stuff at home and you bringing something home to feed the people, now there's only so much that you can listen to your mom because you're doing what a man would. I tell people all the time, crack messed up the African American neighborhood, and then it came back with something they call meth. It messed up something too.
It's going into the white community.
Yeah,
but the black guys are selling it.
Yeah.
You seldom see African Americans messing with it. Not in this area. I don't know what's happening in other parts of the country, but they're not doing it here. They selling it now.
Yeah, because man, meth, I take your whole teeth out. You know, we love our teeth.
Yeah.
That take your whole teeth out, man. And one time, you know, I do a lot of research. I was a historian back in my days, and they said they put like brake fluid in it.
Brain fluid?
Brake fluid. Sometimes brake fluid or something like
brake
that.
fluid?
I know battery acid.
Yeah. Or maybe that too. But I heard brake fluid too.
No, battery acid.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you remember what's going to your brain?
Acid on me at the job. That's why they be scratching so much.
Yeah.
Take battery acid, but we way behind. We got, like I said,
4
or
5 generations. I got a pin
you
that.
said, Jamel, about the crack epidemic.
Yeah.
You know, that was a changing event.
A big change.
They were having kids while they were doing crack. So,
yeah.
and then those kids are grown now, and they having kids now.
There you go.
You know, because, you know, my mom wouldn't party. She stayed home and raised kids. These parents not gonna party, and the kids partying with them.
Hey, grandma don't babysit no more.
No, grandma younger than me.
Yeah.
You know,
I was a young granddaddy.
You know, and you had to do your thing, but you didn't allow your kids to go party with you.
No,
you had a solid foundation you were raised on.
Man. So
let me at
4 or 5 generations.
Yeah,
I got to pin that in, man.
And it started in the 80s, the late 70s, because the heroin hit and the crack came. But
that's made a turn too.
Yeah,
heroin's back too.
I know y'all see that a lot.
It's back.
It's back.
I'm out of the loop, man.
I am too. I'm like, I thought
heroin is back.
Back, man, and back at a younger age.
No heroin.
Yeah.
Not the opioids. Not
heroin. I didn't say heroin.
Like shoot them up.
Needle
at the young age.
At a young age.
But you still you have to have a needle to do that. You don't have to have a needle?
No.
Oh. I got a question for y'all. Why you asking me questions?
Oh, you sound like who you sound like? Shouts out to Cat Black. He said happy Founders Day to y'all too.
Oh, tell him love.
You remember Cat
Black, boy.
Me being in law enforcement, you know, I can't marijuana. I had my wild days when I was younger. I had to make some changes in my life, and I'm against it now. What do y'all feel about marijuana being legal in South Carolina?
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about it?
I think it needs to be. It's not I think it should be legal, plain and simple.
Why?
Because I think it was from the inception of how it was described and set up to be. It was something that they used to incarcerate black men. Because to me, I don't think medically it's a drug. I think anything can be a drug. Alcohol, tobacco, the internet can be a drug. You know, so the way that it was set up and described as a drug, I don't think that was fair. And I hate it for those who did get locked up over time and doing time over that, but it is coming. It is going to be legal, and I think it should because it's an herb. It's not, and medically it can help or enhance you.
But the Food and Drug hadn't proved anything with it though. The Food and Drug Administration hadn't passed anything.
But I understand that they answer to people too, and whoever is in that is also involved probably with why it still is labeled as a drug.
I think they should legalize it too.
For medical or
for both and recreational too, but the old weed, not that new stuff that you can smell. Not that new stuff.
That new stuff I've been smelling like
you smell 4 cars back, man. Hey, I said, golly,
I can drive down the road and the car could be 2 cars in front of me. You can smell it coming back in.
See, I mean, there's levels to it, you know.
and the reason why I say that because now, do you still call it coming straight from the earth? Because now I think some people will add stuff to it. That's just my thought. I could be wrong.
They are adding to it.
So
You
you
seen
never
the
know.
effects of it.
You know, I remember they said never smoke nothing that you haven't seen roll. So why smoke something you ain't never seen grow?
Okay.
My thoughts.
Because I've had several friends now that had kids that had smoked bad weed and tried to kill themselves
My sister.
Oh man.
Off weed.
off weed.
My
But
sister.
it's not the weed you were talking
It's
about.
that,
the other
um,
weed.
That I forget what they
The
were.
moon rock?
Because the athletes were I can't think of the word.
But see, that wasn't what that was made for.
No.
That was supposed to come for the earth. That was just to relax.
But that was something that somebody had done something to. It had been altered, I think, in some
Yeah.
fashion.
But from what weed was when we were young, it's been altered altogether because people found out different ways to grow it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people say that's improvement.
Yeah. Some do. But when man touch things, there's always gonna be some evil. That's to say about that.
I can never be for it. I know I'm going to be forced to not to turn my head and look the other way if it ever get passed in South Carolina to be legal. But I'll never be for it because it's changed too much. The chemical makeup has changed too much.
I understand that. I can understand
I can
that
see
point
that,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But I don't think that it's all bad.
Now, I ain't gonna say no. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna say
because,
it's
I
all
mean,
bad.
yeah, I
'Cause,
mean-
you know, now they got edibles and things like that too. I ain't gonna say it's all bad, but you got responsibility.
It's gonna cause you more issues. Yeah, you're gonna have
you
more
got
issues.
responsibility. I
That-
feel
but
you.
I wonder
Yeah.
though, does it are like a lot of your encounters, I want to say, are they like marijuana influenced, or was that the source of a lot of the issues, or is it the other drugs that you would you want to
I
say?
would have to say the other drugs, but they a lot of people say, I've never seen it and proved it myself, that marijuana is a gateway drug to another drug because it don't supposed to be addictive.
But when you say it don't supposed to be addictive, I just think that as a human, like I said before, anything can be addictive. People are addicted to the stuff that's not considered or even called a drug. But I think that it gets labeled that in America for its own purpose.
But not to the point of being addictive where you go out and rob your mom or sell your TV or your VCR.
But see, that's what I'm wondering, is marijuana, is that what people doing to get marijuana though?
I ain't never seen nobody rob some, but the other drugs I've seen that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I grew up in the 80s. I had, relatives, and that was how they had a good time. It wasn't something that they, took advantage of or I want to say overused, but however they enjoyed it or whatnot. I just didn't see nothing and don't see anything bad in that.
But I feel like if the chemical makeup keeps changing like it is, it's going to get to that point.
Yeah. And the chemical makeup, they said the chemical makeup, I listen to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Muhammad, Wesley Muhammad, said it's a plan that it was put there on purpose. When he started talking about marijuana and things like that, because I can remember in my wild days, because I'm a taxpaying citizen now, James Dixon. I made sure if I did that, if I take what Dad had to make sure I got everything straight, because if I ain't got everything straight, I was gonna be chilling all day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I shouldn't say it. My son's sitting over there.
I see you as that person that if it ever comes legal in South Carolina, you open a store.
Oh yeah,
I would, see, that's what I'm saying. I think it's an opportunity.
Actually, we.
I think it's the
Actually,
new.
we will open this.
Yeah, exactly. 119. But I think it's the similar to prohibition, as far as how alcohol used to be illegal. And I think that those who do take advantage of being able to get in early and do what you said, if once it comes, they're gonna be set for.
Just like the hemp growers in South Carolina. Because you got to get a permit from the government to grow hemp. But I feel the same way. Whoever the first ones to be able to produce it, perfect it, it's going to be a cash cow for them.
For them.
Yep.
It sure. So if you know anybody who's Mel, I want to be down with your investment when that does come legal. Because we need.
I don't know nobody yet.
Okay.
Oh man,
that's an investment. I'm sorry, but if I could be part owner of what is Hennessy or Jack Daniels or Absolute, and I can have that, then that's my grandkids' grandkids.
Yeah.
You know,
We always talk about generational.
Who could be the pharmacist in y'all's operation?
we can find.
We got one.
We can.
Y'all got one?
Yeah.
No, not me. No. We'll find one. We'll find one.
I mean, I think there's
Brian.
enough. There's enough for everybody.
I'm just gonna be marketing.
But
Yeah.
There we go. Marketing.
But the thing about it, it's just like anything else. So you see,
You gotta
these,
test it.
These smash and grab going on with these, all these expensive pocketbooks.
Yeah.
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 And then you gonna have that. If it's legal, you're gonna have weed in there for anxiety. You're gonna have it for this and that. But you're gonna be faced with the same stuff. People breaking in your shop,
Yeah.
get your weed.
Right.
It's trying to change the name from weed. Let's give it more of a upbeat name or
What's
something.
his other name for it?
Cannabis?
Cannabis.
Cannabis.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
breaking in your shop. You're gonna face the same thing people, the liquor stores facing, the grocery stores are facing, the small markets, people breaking into them.
Yeah.
But they're gonna want it.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
become part of the business model.
Yeah. So now you can have insurance on it though. And if they break in there, you can call the police.
Yeah.
That's why you. That's why you. That's why you. That's why you. Right.
Oh,
James,
yeah,
did
yeah.
you see that fella over there?
He thinking all the time.
I told you, you see that fella right there.
yeah, I
Oh,
see
you know,
him.
it has been running with him too. Huh?
He was at the club that night.
He had the club with me.
That's who ran the
Yeah.
club with you. You remember me?
Hey, we ain't seen him in a couple weeks. He seen it, so I seen him on YouTube, and now we ain't seen him in a couple weeks.
Oh,
But he back. But I want to
oh yeah.
Good, y'all still together though.
Oh yeah, man, we done been in everything together. Me and these two, man, we done tried some everything.
Yeah.
But
You got
what,
it right now with the transport business. You got it right.
Hmm?
You got it right.
I'm getting it right. I almost got it. Don't say it too loud now.
That's a good thing.
I'm talking about so people might know. I ain't want them to know.
They might try to take in and get them a transport business.
Then they
Start
go-
to take some of your clientele.
Yeah, I'll give it to them. They can have it. Too many people. But
So you stay busy. Why you was up 3
We
o'clock
stay
this
busy.
morning? Let's go back to 3 o'clock this morning.
because one of my drivers,
Always
one of
working.
my teammates, she wasn't feeling good,
Oh,
so I had to take her spot.
oh, you got to drive.
Yeah,
Did you have any sleep?
yeah. And I went to bed pretty early, so I'm good. I know I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'll meet
Yeah.
some nice. He meet some dynamic and some interesting people
Yeah.
out there. Way we doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I met some people and learned always
Some stuff.
Yeah.
life stories
Yeah.
in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what's the farthest you go out on a trip?
The furthest I went was to Augusta, Georgia. But if it's right, I'll go. If it makes sense, I'll go.
The money's right.
If the situation is right, because it ain't for the money,
Let's
it's for the
switch it up.
service.
Let's switch it up.
It's for the service.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna get back to you
Well
Okay,
said.
I'm here.
now, James Dixon,
Share
Sheriff James Dixon,
first African.
and I'm gonna say this first African American.
That speaks to the man, though. I know you about to ask some questions, but that speaks to the man because he, even though that's history, right? He says, "No,
Oh, he don't
there's
even-
nothing to talk about. It's work to
That's
do."
the type of person
And
he
then
is,
my
man.
kids will
Right.
talk about that later on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's-
That's a-
He
come
won't
on,
focus
man.
on that.
Yeah.
I'm focusing
Yeah.
on what we got.
We
We got
got
job
work
to
to
do.
do.
We got
That's
job
that's
to
the
do.
type of person he is, man.
Yeah, I love it.
That's
I
why.
love it.
That's why they all. That's why everybody like him. That's why he was the first police I ever liked.
I set up a little straighter when he said that. Oh, wait a minute.
You didn't like me till you left Chesterfield County.
No, but
My
see,
sister started buying cars for me.
no, I liked you then. Hey, but okay, check this out. We at Myrtle Beach. You remember this? Bike week.
Like we.
I'm walking. I see you.
You hollered at me. For
I came over there and said, "What's up?"
What you doing down here?
Yeah. I can't shake it.
Had all hands on deck.
Everywhere I turn.
Yeah. And after every time I spoke him, then I got his phone number. I called him. I called him a couple times.
He answered?
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo.
he answered?
Yeah, he answered the phone.
That's what's up, man.
I think my name in his phone. He called me a couple times.
That's all right.
He found me a car yet.
Man, hey, yo,
My wife was looking for a Lexus. I bought it from 212.
Look at that.
I'm out the business.
He said you out that game.
Hey, yo, I didn't want to sell him a car anyway.
What?
Because if something happened and I came through Chesterfield, I don't know if he gonna get me.
You told me that.
You the one told me.
So I'm gonna keep it cool with him. But check this out.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
That was a real good
Man.
police out, boy.
Hey, so like I said, first African American. We proud of that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
James Dixon,
Yes,
good
sir.
fella,
Yes, sir.
honest fella, fair fella. I'm gonna get back to African American. So sometimes you have to go into some African American communities. you might get praise. I know the older people because I've seen all the people on your campaign, like in the church and stuff, and I seen how the people was the people was with you.
Mhm.
It was with you. You know what I mean? But what them get that feeling when you gotta arrest this dude out the not so good living conditions, and you know he just made a stupid mistake that just messes his life up. How that make you feel? Because sometimes I see people now be like, "Yo, you made a stupid mistake," and it kind of get to me because I made that stupid mistake before.
You know, in life, all of us gonna make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the mistake we make; it's how we handle ourselves after we made the mistake. What's the bounce back from it?
Yeah.
And I tell the guys a lot of times when you go into somebody's house, a man's house, made a mistake, 2 kids, a wife,
Right.
that's your castle, right?
Yeah.
You go in that house and you try to treat that man like he's a nobody, you're gonna fight this guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have problems. But if you go in there and explain to him you made a mistake, look, man, you got your family here. Let's not do this in front of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your kids looking at you in a bad way. Just walk out here. We'll take care of this and move away from it. If I can help you on the back end, I'll help you. But if I can't, I'm up front with you and I tell you I can't. But, you know, it's all about how you handle people because in life, all of us gonna make mistakes. I might make one when I walk out this door.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it's gonna be something I'm gonna be arrested for,
Right.
but it's gonna still be a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's about how we handle ourselves after the mistake is made.
How we
Okay.
handle that.
Man, I hear you talking that. My brother, again, my brothers are sheriffs. I hear you talking, and I know how my brothers are. They sound the same. Y'all sound the same. I can't even believe that other people act like this, act like you act, and my brothers. They don't say this stuff like that. Because not if we all over the news like this.
No,
Not-
it's everybody don't act this way.
You mean in the business?
Yeah, in the business of doing that, like handling it that way. Because if they did, we wouldn't have a podcast because we wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. you know what is I remember
Yeah.
he acted up at school one day.
Okay.
You know who called me?
Mike,
So they called me. No, the prince. They called me, and I came down there. Mike was the person that I seen, right? Because he was talking to him. He was like, "Oh, how you talk? That room over there. That room over there. Oh, that's your son. There's a room over there. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And I went in there and talked to him. I said, "I hope you think I went to go on." But and it was crazy. It was crazy. I just remembered that at that time, and I don't know what I was gonna say after that. For the first time, on Real Talk 360, I don't even know where I was gonna go after that. And ain't nobody help me.
I didn't know.
What you supposed to know?
I was listening
But
to
I'm
the
saying,
story.
but
It was a
even
good
in-
story, so I was into it. I
But
thought
what
you
he was
knew.
gonna say, like even in the worst of situations that you encounter, that he
Yeah.
encountered, that officers encounter, you still have to remember, like he said, that this is a grown man,
right?
Yeah.
and you still treat grown men like a grown man.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people get out of pocket. You know, they get out of pocket, and you got to do what you got to do because that's your job.
Right.
But he went into the situation.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm gonna treat you. You know, you got your family, you got your kids
yeah.
here. Let's handle it this way because you know, that's rare. That's rare.
That's how he treated me.
Yeah, because that's
When he
why
came
when I
where I
asked,
was
I
at,
said, so
yeah.
did the music stop or whatever?
No.
He was like, nah, he put me to the side. I was like, oh, that's
That's rare. Like, that's rare.
It's like that's different.
But Jamel, we can't handle every situation that way
Right.
because you got some club owners. And you know, you've been around that.
Yeah.
That they thugged out. They think that they got to be the big person in front of the crowd
Mm-hmm.
because they own the club or they run this club.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you got to get grimy like they get,
Yeah.
but you never take it there. You let them escalate that, and then you go with them.
Okay.
But don't you go in with the attitude
I like
that
that.
you over them.
I like
Let them take that up. Then you get with them.
I like
Show them that you ain't afraid to go there too.
Because if you take it in there like this, he automatically like this.
Right. And you
Yeah.
kind of giving him a reason.
You see, if
to-
he'd came in there like that, I would.
you would have you would have.
Because you know, most of these guys that run clubs, right?
Uh-huh.
Most of them, a lot of them not married. They got a following.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them females,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna flex.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
I ain't do none of that.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand.
That's
yeah.
a formula.
But see, you know, that's the, you know, we was on one. We was on a mission. Our mission was we came to open the club. We came for the money.
It was
You know what I'm
opportunity.
saying? Now everything else is what makes it bad. But we had one mission. We came That's what we came for. You know what I'm saying? So we came to have a successful club,
Right.
and that was in my thought to have a successful club.
He was an obstacle.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
y'all had a DJ down here in Florence. I buy his music.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want him in Chesterfield County though,
Why?
because he brought the crazy
crowd.
with B Lord.
DJ
Oh.
P. Lord.
Now I buy his music. I like listen.
What the hell?
But every time he came, it was something violent that took place with the group that followed him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you might get in my vehicle, and I got a B Lord CD going.
Yeah. But you know he good person. Shouts out to B Lord.
Oh, yeah.
He's from around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's the type of music it was kind of like fight music then.
Oh
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
understand.
But I go back deeper than that though.
Yeah, let's go.
Me and my son don't get along when he come to town to DJ.
Ooh.
Oh, your son a DJ.
And
That's
he
right.
DJ. And he do us Carolina Live.
Oh,
And I done brought
Yeah.
I done brought the boys in
What's
Carolina
up?
Live while he was DJing.
So that speaks to that fair thing. Everybody get it.
Hey yo, you
Everybody get it. Everybody get it.
Me and him,
The badge.
and me and him go back and forth about this.
Yeah.
You might have heard of DJ L Dog out of Columbia.
What?
That's my son. And
That's
Come on over here. Come on over here. See if you're coming over here. Bring a chair. Come on over here. Y'all got to share a mic or
that's
something.
fine.
Say he remember the date.
yeah, January 1st.
Hey yo, you don't forget.
January 1st at Carolina Live, I was one of the owners on the low.
I went off in the back room that night.
You looked at me and said, "Shut up, son."
Don't say that now.
Nothing else.
Let me tell you why I have a problem with that club.
Oh,
That club's in a little strip mall. And you got 2 churches in that strip mall with a drop ceiling. And I got a guy that does physical therapy. I had shoulder surgery in 2018. I went to shoulder therapy on a Monday. And it smelled like the whole place has just finished smoking marijuana. And these people looking at me.
The sheriff with a hurt shoulder.
yeah,
What you gonna do?
yeah.
And so I said, well, we got to do something.
They scheduled
But-
that appointment on the purpose.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. Seen him on Monday.
I take my hats off to the club owners because you don't know what you're gonna encounter when you open
Right.
the club up.
No.
Somebody gonna come in there with a gun and start shooting.
Yeah. You know, that's why when we was in the club, security was our most important thing.
You had some crazy ones too.
Yeah.
now.
We try to keep them inside. Now inside is going down. Now we get to the parking lot, we'll try. But inside, I was gonna make sure do my best to make sure everybody go home safe. But once you got outside, you don't know. You might get 2 punches off, but that's about it. And it ain't gonna go too long because I felt like, I want these people came here because I put a flyer out to come. I want them to go home too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come have a good time.
Yeah, that's why sometimes when I think of with James Dixon, I think of the movie Heat. You remember that? You remember when they was in the restaurant and they were talking?
Pacino and
He said,
yeah.
"You got to do your job." I gotta do my job.
Oh, yeah.
Because because
But I understand now.
Pacino and De Niro.
I understand.
Right there.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more safer to have the police come and do security at the? Because I know before I got out of Carolina Live, we had police out there. We paid them that night. Do you actually think that's better situation for the club to have the police actually out there?
yeah, have law enforcement there, not a higher security group.
Yeah.
But y'all didn't let them in the club. Y'all kept them in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey,
That wasn't the sheriff's office though. Let
Hey.
me cut the record straight on that because, and not being funny, my guys would have never worked the club just in the parking lot. And you ride through the parking lot, you can smell weed coming out the door.
Yeah, Mr. Dixon
Hold on,
said
hold on.
earlier, he said,
I ain't gonna even be able to speak to the owners no more. If we keep talking, man, my friends. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Real
I'm glad.
talk.
I'm glad.
all
I'm.
bite, no bark,
Yeah.
real talk.
Because it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm out the club business.
Because when you got
bet
law
you
enforcement in the parking lot, some older person come through this, think law enforcement is doing security while people doing illegal stuff inside the building.
Yeah. My man said earlier, he said when he went and talked to Jamel, he pulled Jamel to the side, talked to him like a man, but he had 50 officers in the
Oh, they was in there. Yeah, they was in
They
there.
had,
But
Music
see-
didn't stop.
But see, we knew Jamel had Walker Fox coming,
man.
and we knew that crowd was coming. And man, we set up license checks on every corner of that place.
Yeah.
Man.
So he didn't even make it.
It wasn't a way.
No, he got locked up.
You went to jail too?
You went to
Oh, but no, your homeboy left a container of beer in your car, and he drove the car to go to the store to get some change or something.
Man.
Some change, and it was. I didn't even know the bottle was in my back seat. It was somebody that's
You got out the next morning, though, right?
Yeah.
He said you got it.
Hey man, let's can we get back? Hey, can we get back to a podcast, man?
Hey, he said it so smooth. He said, you got it this morning.
That's how. Hey man, that's how you do, man. That's how you do.
You got out the
man.
next morning.
Yeah.
Though.
You spent it.
Now, when you first started,
hard
come
man.
on, Jay. Hey, see, causing trouble already, man. Hey, so check this out.
That was
I
good.
got a question.
All right.
All right. Now you started 33 years ago.
34.
34 years.
Shout out to you, man.
Man,
Appreciate your service.
That's a whole.
I know it's the unappreciated.
starting
right up there
another-
with teachers.
that's
Don't
starting
nobody-
another,
Don't nobody appreciate you, dude.
Yeah.
I know
So
they don't.
you done seen so much stuff. Now, when you started, what year was it? 1946.
87.
Trying to get a little get back.
In 1987, if I'm right, kids went shooting in schools.
What you got to think? What we
Got
talking
to go
about?
back with them parents.
What we talking about?
Yeah, you couldn't
Let
do
them
no
go.
Talking
good.
about parents, right?
Okay.
We're going to tie this together when you finish
Yeah.
asking this question.
So now to see from there to now, okay. In 1987, kids were probably hot rodding or something like that, or something. But now,
we were driving trucks to school with shotguns hanging in the window,
yeah,
and they was parked on school property.
yeah, I remember that
Y'all
too.
remember this, right?
Man.
You might be too young, though.
Yeah, too young.
Yeah, I remember that.
Y'all, you
I remember that.
You remember that?
Mhm. But you just reminded me.
What year was it?
I forgot that. You reminded me that kids, because you could drive around with a shotgun in your
In the
on
window.
the little
In the
rack.
window.
Yeah,
The guys went hunting before school.
yeah, and bring their guns on school property.
What?
In the park. And,
Yes.
And most of the time, those vehicles wasn't even locked.
No, you ain't lock no door back
you,
then.
you couldn't lock them old trucks. They were bombed granddaddy truck. You know, you couldn't lock them.
Right.
But we drove school buses too.
Yeah,
We drove our own kid. We drove our own.
My sister drove
Yeah.
a school
Oh, yeah.
bus. My
Our
sister
own
drove
friends
school
to school.
bus.
and we really didn't have no problem. You know, there's gonna be a fight, but we really had no problems when the students. There was a different kind of student now. When the students drove the school bus, because I know we had to respect the school driver, the bus driver.
Yeah,
What changed that student though? Go back to what I said. Parenting.
I know because back then, you was afraid to embarrass your parents.
Yeah.
You was afraid.
Well
you was
said.
afraid to
Well
embarrass your
said,
parents and your grandparents.
Yeah.
Because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
Your name meant something.
your last name.
Your last name meant something.
Did, bro.
They did.
I'll have a heart attack if I embarrass my grandma.
I
Yeah.
bought my first car. No money in the bank.
Mm.
Little piece of job. But the guy at the bank knew my mom. He said, "Well, my Mantha's your mom.
Mm.
I'm gonna give you this loan for this car.
Mm.
See that?
No money.
See that?
On her name.
On the name.
See that?
On her name.
It means something. We talk about it all the time on this podcast.
Man.
That's what we got to get our kids back to.
On her
Making
name.
them know when they leave that house, they're an extension of us.
If the teacher took the time to call home to my house,
Boy.
I was getting a beating. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I don't care what the teacher say.
Right.
I'm getting a beating.
Unless it was good.
I'm getting a beating.
Unless it was good news.
The parents cuss.
Now the teacher called the parents. That's your job. You couldn't. Don't you call my house? Listen, I was getting a beating. I know I was getting a beating.
Yeah.
So check this out. We man, we didn't win.
My wife is
Hey,
school
yo,
teacher.
but check this out now.
My wife's
Now I'm gonna talk about parenting in school, right? So when the teacher call home, right, and they tell you, well, your son or daughter was doing this, so and so and so, but now, even do we always believe the teacher first? Because I know my parents, they always believe the teacher first.
In our generation, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So these days, when you say you have a child saying, "I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that," but now, you know, like I was telling my son yesterday, I'm your biggest fan.
Right.
Tell me the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't embarrass.
I can't help
Yeah.
you if you don't
Yeah.
tell me the
Yeah.
truth.
Can't even fight for you.
I can't.
Y'all sound like the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't fight.
No,
Yeah.
I can't. If you don't,
That's what I tell. I
Yo,
promise. Yeah.
I said,
I can't help you if you don't tell me the truth.
like yesterday, we had to talk, and I said, when you go to school, and if a teacher called me, you're not only disrespecting me, you disrespecting my grandfather,
Yep.
but you disrespecting your grandfather.
Yep.
And I think that kind of got to him that time when I said that, because you know they think it's all them. So when you go in there, you acting a fool. And I was telling them, if you act a fool, they ain't gonna help you. They gonna limit to help you, and they gonna put you to the back. Once they put you to the back, that means you ain't paying attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You X'd out.
You X'd out.
They're moving on without you.
They're moving on without you. I like that.
Yeah.
Moving on without you.
They moving on without you.
And that's another problem I got with the school. With this No Child Left Behind.
I hate it. I hate it.
They passing on kids that don't know anything.
I hate it.
It's
We
embarrassing.
graduating kids that probably can't even spell their name.
I hate it.
It's embarrassing.
Just to get them out of the school.
Can't even write in cursive.
I'm thinking now
They
that
teach it no more.
Years ago in Timminsville, they had a school board meeting in Timminsville years ago, and two girls they got up to speak. They were getting ready to go to college. They were crying because they said, we get ready to go to college and we don't know nothing.
Oh Lord.
They said that in front of the school board because no child left behind.
Cool. But check this out.
I hate it.
Okay, so let's say the school is not up to par.
Nope.
I don't think nobody should pass last year. When the COVID first hit, I think everybody should stay there. My thought. Because I know they ain't learned nothing.
Nothing.
Because some of them kids at home, some of his stuff at home, if I didn't have no help, man.
Nothing.
So I know they're behind. And I seen it with other kids. Now, when you get to school, you go on, because we went from pre-algebra to algebra 1, and I seen the change. But if you didn't master algebra or pre-algebra, so when you get to algebra,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some struggles, right?
Yeah.
You're right. And these kids are left behind because
They push them on.
some people can learn through the computer. You
Yeah.
might could.
Yeah.
I'm good. But I'm a hands-on.
I can't. Me too.
I got to be in class. I got to be in front of the
I
professor.
got to be able to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And you write it and show me.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
I can't do it from the computer.
Yep.
And it's a lot of kids that couldn't do it from the computer.
I got to
Right.
be
Yeah.
there.
No, I was one of those.
8th graders right now, and some of them still got a 4th and 5th education.
Oof.
They don't even know basic subtraction. They can't even write a complete sentence. I be going to some teachers' classes. They be showing us some stuff. Kids can't even write a complete sentence.
They shake your head, huh?
Half the words they spelling wrong.
But they passing them on.
Yeah,
Pass them.
because COVID was a thing. That COVID was bad.
When you was in school, you might didn't have it. You look like
He said,
Wait a minute.
He about 20.
got gray hair.
Hey, that's Doc. Hey, James, that's Doc. Yeah, that's Doc.
You trying to make it.
He died there.
I'm dying to great. Y'all crazy.
That's Beijing.
Y'all crazy.
Home ec classes. And y'all have home ec classes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't take that.
I had it
took
at West
shop
Fronts.
You took shop?
instead of
You should have took home ec.
I should have, because they was cooking in there. I used to go by there. I used to go by the class and get
Shoot, all the
whatever.
girls is at home.
Man, took home.
There you
Took
go.
shop. Can't do nothing.
Those classes now, they still got shop. But those classes now,
They
non-existent.
gone.
They gone.
Timminsville gone.
Yep.
They gone. And that little African-American lady that taught that class,
Yep.
that knew your mama,
Yeah.
knew your daddy,
Yeah.
that looked after you, no matter if you was in her class
Yeah.
or somewhere else in the school, that knew everybody that went to church
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Those people gone.
Yeah.
They gone.
They gone.
The lawyer talked about that last week, man.
Yeah.
They gone.
You know,
Yep.
and just like when it comes down to voting, I'm jumping way off.
Come on now.
Go ahead, go there, go there, go there, go
It's a
there.
ballot of the bullet. We need
No.
to get to them ballots.
Because in our community, we had one person in the community that rallied us to vote.
Yeah.
Before anybody talked about a Voting Rights Act, we might have been voting for the wrong person, but we voted.
Right.
Those people gone.
They
They gone. They gone.
Who taking their places in that community now that somebody could go to and say, this candidate such and such and such and such, they go to church and talk about it
Right.
and got everybody out, had that person haul them to the polls.
Yep.
Those people gone, guys.
They gone.
And we don't find some people step up to the plate to take those older people places. We are in a
History will repeat itself.
tunnel. We in a tunnel right now.
Yeah, we
On a
are.
downward spiral.
We are. And that generational
History
gap that
will
you just
repeat
spoke
itself.
on earlier, combined and you sprinkle in a little bit of COVID and kids falling behind even further now, man. We
Yeah.
got a formula for a real disaster
Yeah.
on our hands.
You're gonna look up and you're gonna be right back where we fought so hard to be
Get
away from.
So what we do?
That's what.
What's the answer?
Where we start? And
That's
Orlando,
why-
I think it was Orlando. He said we got to start at home with the parents and
Charity.
But you know,
but we, like you say, the homes ain't what everybody home ain't.
Ain't what it used to be.
yeah. My thought. This is my thought. So I always have my thoughts. That means nobody can get mad at me. My thought is, you said we say teach, right? Teach the kid and start with the parents. And sometimes you got to get in the house and teach the parents.
Yeah, that's where it starts at.
Yeah.
We gotta unthink and relearn.
Yeah. We gotta teach the parents.
Unthink
Yeah.
and
You went back to
relearn some things.
the crack epidemic.
All
I
right.
think that's when our parents start to be turning to younger parents. It was
Yeah,
having kids
right.
at a younger age.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
And you think about COVID last year. And I picked with the guys because we had 5 kids in the department during COVID.
Yeah.
So you know what was happening, right?
Yeah.
But people couldn't go
Baby
anywhere.
boom. It's a little baby
It's a
boom.
baby boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how these kids gonna turn out? We won't see these. I won't see these kids. Y'all younger than me. I don't think I'll see these kids. But how will these kids be? You seen what the crack epidemic brought us?
Mm-hmm.
What would this epidemic bring us?
Technology killing us.
Because we can't get away from these things here.
Yeah.
We just lazy.
You know my thought, right? I tell them is isolation, right? So isolation, you isolate yourself with an iPhone. You isolate yourself with an iPad.
I'm a grown,
Kids don't even want to share an iPad no more.
I'm a grown man. I find myself sometimes with my phone in my hand, just looking.
Because of the technology aspect of it. That's where my banking is now. I got cards.
Yeah.
I got my emails there.
So we falling right in it.
Right in it.
Yeah.
Right in
Yeah.
it.
Let me tell you a statistic. We had a meeting with the superintendent the other day.
Talk a little loud.
We had a meeting with the superintendent the other day because I do security at my school also. Last year, they recorded 126 fights that the school district had last year. This year,
It's more.
right as of today,
It's more.
we had 283
It's more.
fights in Florence School District 1. This year, we ain't even halfway past the year.
But you know why?
That's double. the
What did the
fight.
superintendent say? Why? Because I have, like Jamel said, I have my opinion as to why.
His thing was, he said that times has changed. He said it's a new era. He was like, he said the kids are different.
They are.
And he lost. He said, he was like, what do we do? So he was in the meeting saying that he think it should be a policy now. You fight, you get kicked out of school.
Expel.
But it was excuse my French, it was white people on one side of the room was like, yeah. Then it was some black people was like, nah, you about to kick them kids out of school and put them back into the streets. Then what you gonna do? But so it's kind of
Arrest
like
them.
I don't know where you
So
go.
it has to be a
because somewhere down the line you have to discipline them.
yeah.
These kids come to school every day just to fight.
It has to be a collective
I want
effort.
kids 15 hours a day, and I know what's about to happen. I drive buses in the morning. I go to school. At the end of the day, I drive the kids home. I drive the athletic buses. I know what they about. I know when they about to fight. I had kids coming to me the other day. Oh, Mr. Pathay, they gonna fight on the bus this afternoon. Whatever. They vaping. They doing everything but come to school to learn. They don't care about nothing else. They want to do TikToks. They want to get on Snapchat. They want to fight. They want to break everything up in the bathrooms. So it's like the teachers lost. Everybody lost because nobody knows how to control the situation.
So here's what has to happen, in my opinion. You have to have a collective effort between the home, like we talk about, and the school and the community. So those things should be posed at the school board, in the school board meeting. Like, so you can take a poll of what your school is going through by the school board meeting. Are the parents there? Are they participating? Because the institution itself has to be what the institution stands for. So a school should stand for education. So if the kids don't want to be educated, and I speak to my kids the same way I'm talking about this, if you don't want to be educated, then you can't be there. Because this house has to be what it's about. It's about education. So if you want to come here, and this is where it comes from, if you want to come here and stage a fight so you can post it on TikTok so you can get likes, because I want to be the next best thing. Because if when I see that fight in Chicago and that fight got 3 million likes, well, we can do the same thing in Florence and we can put this on here. But listen, they don't want to be here. You're showing by your actions that you don't want to be here. So I'm going to help you not be here. I tell my employees that at work, I want exactly what you want. I want what you want. If you want a job where you can provide for your family, I want that too. If you want to come here and be lazy and don't produce, I want that too. So it's all about what you want. I'm going to help you get what you want. If you want to do the right things, I'm going to help you move this way. If you want to do the wrong thing, I'm going to help you to the unemployment line. But at some point, we got to do and be who we say we are. Because you can't fail the kids that everybody ain't fighting.
No.
So you can't fail them kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to go on to school and make themselves better, but you can't hold them back because these jokers don't want to do it.
And again, like he said, it begins with the parents.
It begins with them.
Some parents don't care. They make sure their child leave, get on that bus and go to school. That's all they care.
Listen, I need to get the parent to the school one time. That's all. As the superintendent, as the principal, as the teacher, I just need you to come one time. I don't care if you come the rest of the year. I just need you to hear me say, this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing.
But you can't be afraid to use those harsh words.
No.
You can't treat it with kid gloves. You
No.
got to tell them
Exactly. I need the parent one time.
One time.
I'm going to suspend. If he fight, he's expelled.
And back when we was in school, bullying was face to face.
Yeah.
Bullying ain't face to face anymore.
No,
It ain't.
No.
Bullying is social media.
Yeah.
We can't keep up with it because they on the social media sites bullying each other.
Right.
Yeah.
The fight at the marble influenced early part of the
Oh,
week.
yeah.
You think
Yeah.
that was a stage fight for TikTok views? You think that was staged
I think it was.
for views?
I didn't even hear about
I
that.
think
Nah,
it
they
was.
did it. What? They fought in the mall?
At the mall. At the mall. In the mall.
I've been.
And people were standing around like you said.
In the mall. Standing around recording. Because guess what? If I can get these people on my page, man, I'm going to get a check.
So how many people? Was it like a brawl or just two people?
No, it was a good.
It was a good bit of people. It was a group of people.
I'll tell you what, they get on their group chat each other. Let's meet at the mall.
Yeah.
It's what they do on their phones. We're gonna meet up at the mall at 7 or 8 o'clock. We're gonna fight this group. It's all
Staged.
And guess what everybody else is doing?
Oh man.
I said, man, that's what they do.
It's right here.
The devil. It's the devil.
The devil.
Man, what we gonna
You
do
used to
about
say
that?
that love of money was the root of all evil,
You
right?
can't tell me this stuff don't supposed to happen, man. How can the dad buy a gun for Black Friday and the son go to the school on the Monday and shoot up the school and shoot the kid
He bought it for his son.
They
on Black Friday and on Monday you kill people at school?
You buy a gun for a handgun for 15.
Come on, man. You know why? You know why though? Because everybody, when this thing happened about Rittenhour, why he can't have a gun? He can have a gun. Why he can't? So knuckleheads. If he can have a gun, surely we can get Thomas a gun.
My son, 26 years old, he wants this concealed weapons, but he wanted me to buy him a gun. He buy you no gun.
Yeah.
Buy you some gas. You buy no gun.
I don't even like guns. I don't even like guns. I used to be amazed with guns, but now, if I need a gun to go over there, I ain't going over there.
If you need a gun, why are you going?
Exactly.
Why are you going?
That's right. Why are you going to a place that you got to carry a gun to?
And you ain't guarding the door.
I used to think that was
So what
cool,
you
but
got a
now I'm
gun-
like, yo,
what you got a gun for?
what you got a gun for?
That'll save so many lives if people thought like that. If I got to go over there and I got to carry a gun, why I'm going?
I ain't going.
Stay home.
Yeah.
If I got to hang with you and all us got to have our gun, we need to check ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to
And now they shooting 100 times.
Man, they ain't-
man.
yeah, we talking
So
about
you
handguns.
can
and
see
missing
you saw the
handguns.
change in that.
Yeah.
From 9mm for 18 in the clip on the 9, right?
No, let's go to 38 when it was only 6 rounds.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
38
Then
special.
they start making clips
Yeah.
and giving us the same thing the military got.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And putting it on the streets.
Put
Yeah.
it on the street.
I guarantee you that you could buy a gun quicker now on the streets than you can buy one going to a replica gun store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A good one probably would never been shot. There'd have been so many stolen and put on the streets for sale.
Man, it was some guns in the Marine Corps that I was afraid to shoot. And they got them on the street. Like I was afraid to shoot them. They said, hold it right here so you get kickback. And I thought it was gonna break my shoulder, man.
I saw a handgun that got it's a long clip now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that thing ride too.
Mhm.
That thing ride. So now when you come, I'm glad I'm on the other side. So now when you come, you all damn near got to come like the military.
But you think about
You
it.
got to bring the tank.
You think about what we talked about. All the stuff we didn't talk about.
Uh-huh.
Then you got this young officer probably had never been into anything in his life.
Mm-hmm.
I called him once, grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Yeah.
He never had to ask for anything. He was always there.
Yeah.
Probably never had a drink of liquor, never smoked any weed, never done anything wrong. Then you get faced in a situation with some kids, black or white, that was raised by the streets.
Oh yeah.
Then when you see this, you don't think that officer gonna have a little bit of fear or a lot of fear in him, having to deal with that.
Yes.
And we wonder what's going on. And I believe Black Lives Matter, you know, white lives matter, all lives matter. But Orlando said it, I said too, we always say Black lives gotta matter to Black people.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But in law enforcement, it's tough to say that because we employing sometimes the wrong people.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
I have been to the mall
Facts.
with my family, my wife and daughter, and seen some African American kids at the door, and I put my family on the other side of me because I don't trust them.
I agree with that.
But you seen the other race too, and don't like that too.
I've seen them do.
So now we just looking at people
We're looking at people.
and the way they carry themselves.
The white kids, the white boys are dressed like the black boys. The black boys are dressed like the white boys. So can we stereotype that and say just it's one race of people, or it's a generational curse we up under right now?
That's good stuff.
Yo, you know you getting deep. I want you to be the sheriff again.
That's good stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm running next year. I'm about to run next year.
Yeah.
In my county, and I got some guys trying to make it about Democrat Republican because
See,
with Trump, you know,
divide and conquer.
Trump had a lot of support.
Divide
Yeah.
And I'd be the first to tell you anybody, Trump did a lot of good stuff, but he got involved in a lot of stuff he shouldn't have been involved in.
When I said that in my household, I caught all kinds of flack. I said the same thing you said in my household.
And I tell my guys, and I might have been a supporter of his, but I felt like he was putting racism back in front of us.
There you go.
He was dividing the United States again.
There you go.
Had me. I was hooked.
Because things were better. Gas prices were better for one.
Better.
You know,
Man, I went to the I gas up 4-5 vehicles every day.
right?
I look-
$80,
I look up on the gas thing. I see a picture of Joe Biden.
Yeah,
Say,
say
I did this.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
I took a picture. I told my wife, this
Oh,
is what
that
I
was
saw at the
funny.
gas
You know
station.
what? But what I wanted to tell
did this.
our people too, right? Like, especially about Trump, when he said "Make America Great Again." This is, and we discussed this before.
Yeah.
We so out the game that he wasn't talking to us.
No.
Not at all.
No, he was telling them, "Make America Great Again," because people, they don't respect America like
It's not
like
global,
it is.
there's no global
like
dominance.
they used to.
No.
And you know what? And just, things go through my head all the time. And the African American was going through my head, right? At times I did not want to say African American because I just wanted to say we was African.
Mhm.
But then I started thinking, I am African, but a lot of my people built this country. Well, we built the country.
Mhm.
So we are African, but give us the prop as an Americans too.
Right.
I just started this week, and I was like, so that kind of changed my mind
So what
about that.
So you African American then?
I'm going to it.
Yeah, you gonna be
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
I'm still thinking.
He ain't finished. Yeah.
But I can see now, but I'm still thinking. I've never been to Africa. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never even did my see how far. I'm thinking I'm a Mandingo warrior, but I just don't have the.
Hey, but
I've been a Zulu warrior.
we talk about America and 9/11.
Okay.
I never been in the military,
All right.
Oh Lord.
and I've been in law enforcement a lot of years. But 9/11 made me want to join the military.
Yeah.
Remember all the flags on everybody's car? How they
It made me
when
want
we
to-
saw the book?
Yeah. I just got in.
Me and my wife and son, he was young. He didn't even know what he was watching. When I was seeing these people jumping off these buildings
Yeah.
and what had just took place.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you lived here and you cared about this place,
Yep.
you should have wanted to join too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
I wanted to do
I
something.
was in there. I was in training.
I was ready to ride.
Were you, Jamal, what was your thoughts?
You want to know where I was at?
Yeah.
I was in the penitentiary.
You couldn't do anything.
No, but
Yeah.
you know what came to my head?
But when you heard about it, how did you feel?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was on the side of the road picking up trash, right? So I didn't get to see anything, right?
Mhm.
And they said they just
Bombed the World Trade.
bombed the World Trade. They ain't saying about no planes and nothing. I was like, Oh man. First thing I thought was my first thought was, oh man, they about to kill all us.
Yeah, you did say that.
They about to kill all us. Because they said if something ever happened to America, they're gonna kill the people. But then I was like, yo, if somebody had the nerve to bomb America, I still hadn't seen it yet. But when I saw all that, I was like, oh man, just to see somebody jump out the way I care about mankind.
There you go.
To see some people just give up their lives like
man.
that, you know, it hurts. I don't care what color you have, because that pavement didn't care either.
Come on,
When
man.
you think about it, for about at least 6 months to a year, it was no color.
No.
We was just Americans.
We was Americans.
Yeah, we was Americans.
It
was
wasn't
Americans.
white. It wasn't black. We
Yeah.
was just Americans.
Just Americans.
I remember.
And we loved each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we seen something that we felt like, you know, our ancestors fought for.
Yep.
And made a difference and made a change.
Yep.
Was about to be taken away from us.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And you didn't hear anybody saying the N words or going back and forth.
No.
We were just people.
Yep.
And that's how.
existing. And that's what we need to get back to.
Yeah.
We don't need another 9/11 though. But
No.
But you saw that with COVID though.
yeah, we brought people back together.
Brought people
again.
Galvanizing.
together.
Yeah.
Because it didn't care what color you was. If it got you, it's
Everybody
gonna
was-
get you.
That's right.
But,
Yeah.
but it's not the same because the government, to me, separated us
Yeah.
by the vaccine and how they display it.
And who taking and who did and what? Yeah.
Divide and conquer.
Because I had it.
I saw that. You was on the news with it, wasn't it?
My wife had it. My daughter had it.
This was before the Delta variant. This is 2020 or
this was last May on my birthday. No, May of 20.
Right after your
so right when it jumped off.
And that wasn't no joke. I'm telling you, I had to go in the hospital. My daughter, she just lost her sense of taste. And it took me about a month. My wife had it, breathing. When that thing hits you, you scared to go to lay down because you know if you was getting back up.
Yeah.
And you was healthy. You know what I'm saying? You had been
I got some underlying health conditions. I had asthma.
okay.
And I was blessed because a friend of mine, who worked in Bishopville, right when I caught it, he was younger than me and passed away from it. Wow.
I saw when you posted that.
Yeah, he passed away from it. African American.
Wow.
Was he was a sheriff or was he
He
just
worked with the sheriff's
yeah.
office. You know, he was an investigator over in Lee County and passed away from it. You think about this here. You seeing people pass away from something.
Right.
And you in the mix of it.
Right.
I was in the hospital.
He was in the hospital.
Yeah. Cat was in there.
You see what I'm saying? It plays on
Right
you.
about with
It plays on you.
So he thought he was gonna tap out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was scared to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe, man. I was scared to close my eyes because I didn't know if I was gonna wake up.
That's
Were you on a ventilator?
That's just
I never got to that point, but we would get out in the afternoons and just push myself to walk in the yard. And I was walking around like I was 100 years old, but I kept myself moving. You couldn't walk fast, but you wanted to make sure you're doing something. You know?
it was unprecedented. I remember when it initially happened, they said it's not a factor. What scared me was when they said it's not a factor of if you're gonna get it,
It's when.
it's when you're gonna get it. And that's just stayed in my mind the whole time, even during this, Delta, not Omicron. That's what's been in my mind. It's like, what can I do? How can I be prepared to fight this? Because I think I'm gonna eventually get it. Somebody in the household, we've been blessed to not have a bout with it yet in our household, but I think it's only a matter of time before
you've been vaccinated
and boosted.
I have to.
And boosted.
And I've been on social media with my shots, encouraging other people to come out.
I've seen that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went and got my booster shot, and I had one of the guys do it Facebook Live. And well, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in it.
Man.
But let one get sick, they're going to get that antibody infusion though. That's the infusion.
I can't say
The infusion.
that
nobody
part
knows
when
what's in it.
they doesn't know what was in. How you gonna say you don't know what was in the shot? And I think I said this on the show before, but you eating fast food.
Yeah.
That ain't even real meat.
My,
You know what I'm saying? You putting stuff that you don't even know what that is daily, every day, preservatives and all type of stuff like that. But then when it comes to something that science says should help,
yeah,
you gonna, and that's fine. Like I even said before, to each his own,
Trust
to
the
each his
science.
own. But that's kind of contradictory to me for if that's your reason. I don't know what's in it.
my
You don't even know what's in it. Like half the stuff you putting in your body.
my whole thing was we had family members, like people, it's a difference when you hear people passed away or somebody passed away, but they at our door. It's at our door, our family. Like, and so what do you mean you ain't? I don't trust it, man. My nephew passed away.
See,
My stepmom passed away. My uncle passed away. It's people with our blood and pass away. What you mean? You don't think this is what my son used to say? My son said this is a conspiracy.
No.
And a part of my friends, I said, if you don't get your ass up there and get that shot, it is going to be a conspiracy.
Mine said the same thing.
Can
And then he realized he couldn't travel without it. Changed his mind real quick. He went and got it.
I could kind of understand why at first people say, "Well, I can't trust it."
I understand.
I know that. I get that.
I could see. Yeah,
It's 2021 now.
Yeah,
We got a whole different variant on that.
yeah, but it all started the same.
Yeah.
They was putting stuff in stuff. When you go to the army,
Yeah.
do you know when they give you all the shots? Do you know what's in those shots?
Exactly. I say you
just
don't.
go.
I say you don't.
You ain't questioning it.
Not any
I
question.
say you don't.
So,
So that guy in front of you doing
But these days now, it's more information. So you gonna get the people who say, well, you should and you shouldn't, and sometimes you're gonna listen to sometime where you should or you shouldn't. So you got a lot of stuff coming at you. I ain't telling nobody not to go get it, because I never want nobody to say, well, we listen to Jamel and them and now he dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm just saying, I can see. I can always see both sides.
Oh, that's what we do here. We give it to you, but at the end of the day, that's just
Want
my
you to
point of view.
live.
Your excuse is I don't know what's in it.
you don't know what's in a lot of
I
stuff.
call crap on that. I do. You don't know what you're doing half the time. What you put
I
in.
go get it.
Yeah.
Did you think about when you had it? You try to figure out where you picked it up at? I tried my best
I
to
know
figure
where
it
I
out.
picked it up. I know exactly where I picked it up.
Come to the mic.
I picked it up from graduation. We was working all the graduations, South Florence, West Florence. They had a big graduation thing there. So that's where I knew I got it from, because when they backtracked it, 2 other people that was around me that was
had it too.
security ended up getting sick. So I knew I got it from the Civic Center. I kind of backtracked it. Yeah.
You had a mask?
I had a mask and everything.
Mm.
But you had 2,000-3,000 people out there.
Graduate.
around that time.
Okay.
Y'all notice how this thing spread it last year? And you see how these NFL games are going now?
And they got them college games
And
today.
college
Wait till you see
games
how many people at them
and-
college games
and-
today.
Nobody's, yeah.
It's been no epidemic, no breakout.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be watching it.
It's been
Hey.
no breakout.
Everybody in Michigan should have it. From last week. Everybody.
Yeah.
I went to watch ECU play up at Panther Stadium.
Okay.
I'm sitting there. My wife and me, my sister-in-law, we got 2 masks on. I had a N95 and a regular mask on top of it. I look around with a soul. I said, "Oh, ain't nobody got a mask
I
on."
was at the Coastal Carolina game on the sideline last week. Nobody.
And I'm thinking to myself, it wasn't. I was scared because I don't want that mess again.
I
don't
know you
want it.
was. man.
But
No.
and no epidemic though, no breakouts.
Mhm.
So what's going on? Tell me.
Man, we don't want to take you there because we want you to be keeping the thing the way you
I
have it.
understand that, but what's going on? Why? If it's still out there the way they say it is, right?
Mhm.
Why ain't been another break? I don't want to break out.
I don't want one either. Right. Knock on this wood.
But why?
Why?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Make me
I think it was planned.
X-Files.
I don't know.
Or what? Or you trying to say, was it ever?
No,
See, but you
Man,
get
I
in
don't know.
conspiracy with that, though.
but it was there because I had it.
Yeah.
yeah,
he
it was
had
there.
it.
Yeah, me too. Me
Okay.
too. I thought I was going to the upper room.
But
What
Thank
was
God.
that? What was that?
But you know, the government paying money for every vaccine that's putting somebody on.
Yeah.
It's paying for every test that's been tested.
James, we need you to be. Come on
and
now.
then
We got to keep you where you at now.
and then you got these-
Matter of fact, y'all switch seats, man.
all these masks being manufactured.
Yeah, but you got to think though.
Yeah,
on
I
that
thought-
level.
Yeah, that's how we get down.
That's how we get down.
We will take it easy with you.
We try to peek behind the
I'm
curtain.
taking it easy.
I mean,
Take
yeah.
it easy on me.
Yeah.
That- you-
Because I'm
Great
serious.
questions. We got to
though.
keep you in that
Great
position.
Yeah, more
But
so.
if this affect the way people think about me, I'm sorry. You know,
Go. Yeah,
sorry.
I was gonna press it that time.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on with it.
you rather have somebody gonna keep it real with you,
Yeah.
Keep it real all day.
because just like you started this business, if you put people around you in that business, they're gonna tell you, Jamel, everything Jamel wants to hear,
Yes, man.
and not stand up and say, Jamel, we can't do it this way because it ain't right. You're gonna fail.
All the time.
Yeah.
So I tell the ones in my organization, my command staff, if you're not gonna stand up and tell me when I'm screwing up, I don't need you
Yeah.
because I don't know everything.
Right.
I think I do sometimes. My daughter think I know everything because she tell me, Daddy, you think you're the smartest person in the world? You don't know nothing.
That's how you carry
It ain't,
yourself.
it ain't like that now, Daddy.
I wish she was here
Yeah.
because she'd be wide open on me. But you don't need folk like that. You want people to tell you what's there,
Yeah.
and what's out there, and what's real.
What's real? That's what we need, man.
But and you got to be real with yourself to accept that too.
Ooh, that's where it started, man. So it starts.
I guess you ain't expect to get this from me today, did you?
I know I didn't, because I was just about to ask you, like, was it always the sheriff, or what's your other job?
I didn't know what I was gonna get. I didn't even know where I was gonna go.
Man, I was looking forward to coming.
Yeah. I wherever you go, I was just gonna ask the question. I'm trying to tell you, my thing was to protect you. I never wanted nothing to get out. Nothing like that. So I wasn't gonna go deep on nothing. But I'm glad, because I ain't had to ask nothing. You just came out.
Yeah.
It's nothing to get out.
Yeah.
That's a free man right there.
Yeah.
That's a free man right there. He ain't been bought. I'm good.
Jamel,
You know what I'm saying?
I treat people equal.
And I know that.
Free man.
I know that.
And the guys that work up under me, I fight for them every day.
Yeah.
You know, when I came to the sheriff's office, I paid was coming in like 28. 3 years later, we got it coming in at 35. That's not the best.
Nah, man, it's a
You can pay some bills with 35.
But people was making a living off of 28.
Yeah.
Now imagine what they can make it with 35.
Because you know, you got a family, you starting a family, and you raising a family.
Yeah, man.
And you want it. The biggest problem in the workforce is hiring and retaining.
Yes.
And you get them there, you want to keep them there.
Yes.
Keep them there.
Because right over across the river in Lancaster County, they started them in the 40s.
Let's see. That's what Lancaster is right beside Chesterfield.
And Lancaster's growing.
Mm.
You ever go in that area?
Yeah. I done been everywhere in Chesterfield.
I went through that way going to
Lancaster is Lancaster is right
I went through
beside
that way
Chesterfield.
going to Charlotte one day.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah.
Visit Indian land up there.
Indian land.
Indian land.
Yeah, we've been there. Yeah.
Indian land
Oh
got
yeah, the
houses.
high school.
They
Yeah,
got houses there. Indian land started out as a 1A school. I think they walked into the 2A now.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you the next 2 years they've been in 3A.
They're going to end up probably like Carolina Forest, huh?
But everybody's moving from Charlotte because of the
Oh
cost of living.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right there off. Okay.
Yeah, I went through there.
And Chesterfield
Yeah.
County is growing. The pays on the side of our county is growing. Leaps and bounds.
Wow.
Because the cost of living is a little cheaper and people don't mind taking the drive to go to work.
Yeah. I saw a young lady the other day on Facebook, which I knew. Her name was LaTanya Pearson. She works at the jail now.
Shots out of the
Mine?
Yeah. And she was so happy. I might got the last name wrong, but she was so happy that you swore her in.
That's
Short
what's
hair, got a red look at there.
Mhm.
I think I can't remember the last name.
up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, man, that fella all right.
That's what's up.
Man, that fella all right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just as a,
It's
and,
still a
and,
state.
and then, you know,
Man.
and because, you know, I'll be looking at his page because I consider him as my friend, right?
Okay.
So, and I see him because you got James Dixon page, you got James Dixon share page. But when I see the people on there, and I know, you know, they say pictures could tell 1,000 words, but just to see the deputies around them and to know the deputies and stuff when we was in Chesterfield and to look at them now, it's a whole totally different vibe.
It's different, man.
You know what I mean?
That's saying something when you kind of had an impact and change the culture.
Yeah.
That's big.
But and if they kept it 100, right, in Chesterfield County, if you go ask about James Dixon, they're gonna say, well, he's honest and he's fair. Now you know James Flames, right?
Mhm.
I mean JT Flemings. Who's that? Your people?
What
Come
more-
on in. Come on in.
But what more could
Yeah,
you ask
straight
for?
up.
If those are two words, they say if they start with me, honest
Yeah.
and fair. Oh, I'm with that.
I call because you can say whatever you want to, wherever y'all want to. Because when I call James, right? Because you know, I made relationships in Chesterfield with some good people when I was down there. You know what I mean?
JT Fleming.
Yeah, with Case Move and JT, and he said, "Oh, I see you gonna have my boy on there." I said, "Yeah, he coming on here." I said, you know how we get down." He said, "He'll be all right. Go ahead. he gonna be able to handle this."
You said something that struck me, culture. When I had a first meeting with these guys before I took office,
Mhm.
and I talked about culture, and we had about 7 of us, and I said, I want you to tell me a story, one bad story since you've been in law enforcement, and one good story. We went around the room with this,
All right.
and once we got through it, and I took the good story,
Okay.
and I said that was a good feel moment for you, and you. But our job should be to make that good feel for everybody in the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
And that's the way we move forward, by changing the culture and not going backwards. We got to change the culture so we can progress and move forward.
Yes. Amen.
And do you? Because I know if you started right there with the police officer,
Yeah, man.
it got to kind of roll to the community.
I was going to say
So
that.
do you see a difference in the community Now?
Yeah, I see a big difference. But you got to stay working at it.
Still work to do.
Yeah.
Like we said, with hiring and retaining, people coming in and leaving. So you got to keep that rolling so that mindset will stay.
Right.
Because you're bringing people in all the time. People are leaving for money or whatever. You got sometimes you just got to get rid of them because they're not doing what's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done several of those. You know, I hate to see them leave, but if you break the law or you're not following policy and procedure, you got to leave.
Yeah.
This is not about friendship. This is just business.
Right.
It's business.
Business.
That's what I try to tell you.
I love it.
Well, that's
I'm trying to tell you it's my business.
Oh man.
That was my daughter and wife just.
Oh man. Tell me they can come back
Shout
if they
out
want
to
to.
them.
Jamal,
Shout out to
get
them.
them some chairs. Oh, there's some chairs over here.
Shout out to NCCU alumni. NCCU.
Backbone, and that's his why. That's his why right
So
there.
I'm gonna tell you how my research is good. Her name was Patricia.
You got it.
Patricia Fair Dixon.
We do our research over here.
Hey, yo, so wherever you wanted to go, I was gonna go there today.
I got you.
And I see the softball player. That's a softball player right there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Always out.
Right on.
That's all right, man. That's all right.
Hey.
Man. That's his backbone and his why.
Can we give the because they say you can be everything to the world. It's what you is at home.
Man.
Can we let the wife sit over here for a couple minutes?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to come say hey? Okay.
All
right. And I just had that good introduction stuff too.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
man, you didn't mess it up. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Slide right in here. You
Who is Jerry Hardison?
Brother-in-law.
He said Uncle James.
That's my brother-in-law.
Okay.
No. Jerry is my nephew.
Okay.
That's the one that plays with the band, chairman of the board, and
Okay.
what's his other group name? Mellow Groove out of the Rock Hill, Charlotte area.
Mellow Groove. R&B jazz.
Yep.
Okay.
Yo, he can sing.
R&B jazz. That's awesome.
I'm glad you said that. He can sing.
He can sing. I can sing too, man.
See,
I mean,
Hey, I sing for goodness.
yeah. He make a joyful noise.
Sometimes I sing for love.
So y'all got a good church background.
he do.
Yeah.
How about Jamel there?
Mel can't sing, man.
I can sing.
You can't tell him he can't sing.
Show
He
me.
a song critic now.
Show me.
He know all the music.
Show me.
What you want to hear? You want to hear?
Anything. A joyful noise.
Okay, shoot. I'm gonna get back to it because I can't get down. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I can't get that. And I listen to stuff you listen to.
Yeah, that
Tell
he
me,
does.
give me a question now. What's your favorite band of all time? Because you know me. In '46, there was bands, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I keep saying
46,
I
man.
can't mess with him, man.
I'm gonna keep my age. I'm 57.
But he was sheriff in 87.
My favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
Watch you say mine.
What you meet Miss Patricia off? What song y'all play when you got?
Don't put him on this. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
She didn't want to give me her phone number. She told me to be resourceful.
That's
And I
it.
walked off. Well, when I walked off, she wrote it on a napkin and gave it to me. So what I
See, I like how that went down. She didn't want to give it to him.
at the hideaway when you can dance.
Shout out to them. So she didn't want to give it to him.
Straight up. Hey, yo.
Play hard to get, but he said he walked off.
You was at the,
He wasn't going far.
I don't know who my favorite group would be.
who your favorite singer is right now? What's in your dad? What you was listening to? Oh, you was listening to Moneybag Yo.
Moneybag
I
Yo.
listen to rap music.
Yeah.
Just look at my. I got today.
And she get in the truck. Well, don't you get tired of listening to that? That's my
No.
release.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
But my daughter hanging around her so long, she know the old school songs.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
We be driving.
You gonna be able to listen to that for a long time.
Oh, yeah. They ain't going nowhere.
Singing.
Yeah. But you know these days you gotta listen to that. Cause when you walk through that door and they start saying the words you don't know nothing about. Yeah. I had to do that. I guess I'm the police at
Because
home.
I catch myself when certain people riding with me,
Mhm.
I had to change the music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad
Yeah.
that you can't really be who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a hole in me. I do the earring thing.
Mhm.
My beard was a little longer.
Come on, man. This is my kind of sheriff in here today, man.
know-
Other people.
He's a sheriff. Yeah.
But you got
For
to
the
do
community.
what the culture accepts right now.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
They don't accept everything.
Yeah. I had a big beard like Rick Ross, but when I had to cut it down.
I would love to. I would love to.
I had to cut it down when I went to that interview.
letting it grow.
Yeah, I had to cut it down.
No
I'm not here to
Beijing,
intimidate.
yeah.
I had to cut it down, man.
I was just trying to remember. That's
Yeah,
all,
that's
man. I'm about tired of y'all, man. Y'all could.
Yeah.
But it was a choice. You left
Ah,
it the way it
damn.
was.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I would have been.
I'm gonna let y'all have that.
But I had to
My
go to
day
those.
coming.
You got to go to. I got to go
I
to
don't know
like
when
5 meetings a day, so I ain't want to keep looking at them.
But the beard didn't change you, though.
No, it ain't changed me at all.
No.
You made the beard.
Yeah,
but
oh
somebody
yeah, oh
else's
yeah,
eyes.
oh yeah, oh
They
yeah,
didn't see it that way.
oh yeah.
Right on.
Had to change. Had to cut
Other
it.
people, man.
Y'all all right.
For the people.
James. Chesterfield.
Man, listen, I can say this because I don't know what time, but I don't know how long but I'm gonna say this. But listen, for the last, I don't know, month maybe, we've been having some dynamic people grace this
Oh, yeah,
studio.
man.
And
Yeah.
today,
Don't say it. I don't want other people
don't
to
say
come
it.
back.
Don't say
we
it.
already
Okay.
know.
All right, okay, my
Man.
bad.
And
Okay.
you don't got to tell them that,
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
I hope I set the bar a little high.
Man, I was just gonna
It's
say
a-
every
I
week
can't
it
say
get
it, but
higher.
It's a vibe, though.
Man,
It's
a whole vibe.
It's a
But the
vibe.
biggest
and
thing
guess
is-
what? You the sheriff.
Yeah.
But just keep it real and be honest, though.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
That's it,
Just
man.
keep it real and be honest.
Come on. Come
Man.
on. That's so hard for so many people. It sounds simple, though.
That's coming from the sheriff,
But
though.
you know, but you know,
People told me when I became sheriff, I had a lot of power. You powerful man in the county. I ain't felt no power yet.
Man.
hey, man, I ain't felt no power.
Oh yeah, he got the power now.
Because when I ran, I told the people to hold me accountable, the people of the county.
Word.
Because I'm a man, I make mistakes. My wife will tell you right now, I make mistakes. We go back and forth
That's right.
about things. At the end of the day, I love her, and they're gonna change that,
That's right.
even though I make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same way the people got to view me. They can't put me on a pedestal thinking I'm this perfect guy that's gonna do all these right things.
Right.
Because I'm gonna make mistakes too.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is I got their best interest at heart
Mm-hmm.
and the safety of the county to move forward.
Booyah. Booyah.
And I think since I've been
I
there,
straight
we've done a lot of good things because I developed relationships with our school board. We got
There you
14. We got 14 resource officers slotted for, and we got 2 more schools. We got to put law enforcement in.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good relationship with our county council,
Yeah.
and we work good together. And it's not by me going in there being the Billy badass. Excuse my language. It's by me willing to work with them
Shit.
and knowing that we are working on a limited budget because of the county we live in, but knowing that these things are necessary and eventually we got to have it.
That's it, man.
So
Yeah.
so check this out. So you taking the city and the county and trying to mold it into a village again.
I would love to do that, but you know, it's a fight sometimes with the sheriff's office and the city police department
Yeah.
because there's always been a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, he got an apostle on the line.
But at the end of the day, we doing the same thing. If we fighting against crime and trying to make the community better.
Crime is crime.
As long as we keep that the main focus, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Man, I'm here to tell you, 119 Media Group. I know I'm 25% owner of this podcast.
He ain't signed nothing.
Yeah, I'm
I'm letting him know.
Hey,
He ain't signed nothing.
hey,
I gave him
hey,
all the chance to sign something. They ain't signed nothing.
Mr.
They ain't
James, I'm
signed nothing.
25% owner. Corey 25%. Drew 25%. So my 25% gonna be on your campaign trail.
Yeah,
We gonna be
Y'all
there.
got y'all a good one out
Your
there.
sister up there.
I see it. What kind of comments you making?
Hey,
I can't see him back over here. Man. I'm older now. I
yeah,
can't
that's a good. This
Nah,
is
Jerry.
a dope sheriff.
Did a great job for Chesterfield
Oh
County.
yeah.
Yeah, they got a good one.
Ooh,
son.
I ain't even from Chesterfield County.
hold up.
I got a question for her. How you know that was my sister?
I know everything.
Oh,
I ain't know. She said it on there. I say the pastor.
I've been
You
saying,
know,
you been hanging around the preacher's wife.
man. Hey, she said.
Oh man, this is good, man. This
Yeah,
is
man.
good.
She said slash. What did it say? Oh, I'm his sister.
oh yeah. Okay,
Man, that's good.
that's what's up, man.
This is good stuff.
Telling you, man, it's a vibe.
They said James,
That
your
coach-
family is on here.
I see that.
Yeah, man. But when you doing things, for
Man,
the
people
right
like you.
That's my family. But the rest of them, man,
Oh yeah, that's why they like you.
we ain't got no choice.
reason. That ain't how it always go.
No,
Oh, you're right.
no. Yeah,
You
yeah.
see a lot of families,
Yeah.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Falling
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
You gotta see his other sister. His other sister. I know his other sister.
Okay.
That's the way
Yeah.
be tricking to buy those cars from me.
No, man, you can't trick her, man. She know what she want, how much she gonna
I
pay.
ain't
and
gonna
all
listen
that.
to you either.
She told you.
Yeah, and I said, yo, go ahead. Your brother's the sheriff. Go ahead, get what you want. You know, the woman gonna tell Cal.
Yeah.
Oh man, Sheriff, make it straighten up, bro.
I'm
But
telling
thank
you.
you. Thank you, sis. Thank you.
And
That's
Jerry
true.
Hart took
So,
he back. He said support him.
Just once again, so you aren't the sheriff now. You were the sheriff. What years were you the sheriff?
I'm
He the sheriff right
He the
now.
sheriff right now.
Right now.
And he
just won.
running again.
And he running.
He running
so
again.
re-election.
Oh,
y'all didn't.
So
Okay,
you
okay.
25%.
Yeah,
Are-
you
are-
got it.
So you're the sheriff
Done
for a
and
year? How long does it?
4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Every 4 years?
All right. Well,
Oh, yeah, we on that campaign
4
trail.
years.
Yeah, I'm holding up signs
Yeah,
or
I'm all
something.
about
I don't
that.
hold up a sign or
Yeah,
something.
that's a culture thing right there. When you start talking about the foundation and changing, community police interaction,
Yeah, James
where it's
Dixon
at,
for
man.
sheriff. Keep the vision
where it's
going.
at, man.
Keep it going.
good things gonna happen.
He said something else. You get me talking. We got to get
Man,
out of there.
I know, man.
But-
But,
we ain't got no-
like I said, it's a vibe. Do your thing.
Hey, we
Well, he
independent.
said-
We can go all day.
He
All day.
said community policing, right? That's a title that society put on policing. Andy Griffin was doing community policing back in those days.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah,
he was.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it was. Community policing. Somebody
Yeah.
just put a title on it and tried to sell it and teach it to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what law enforcement should have been about the whole time.
Yeah.
Being a part of the community. People made a bunch of money off that title, community policing. They went out all over the world trying to teach it to law enforcement agencies. And then the bottom line is they should have been doing this the whole time.
The whole time.
You remember?
Without the title.
I know Andy Griffin was a show, but it's so real that in Mayberry, wasn't nothing going on in Mayberry. But the drunk, when he got drunk, he didn't go home. He just came on to the jail.
Yeah, he just came- yeah.
Went on there
right.
and locked himself up.
That's right.
Man.
You think about another one, the heat of the night.
Oh, my wife
yeah.
love that show, man.
Yeah.
They call me Mr. Ted.
Oh, I love that.
Virgil.
Those old police shows, man. I can go back for the Western, Matt Dillon.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
my mom
Matt
was that.
stayed in the saloon more than the ones that was drinking. Everybody respected
You're
him.
right.
Everybody respected him as the U.S. Marshal.
That's
Say
crazy.
something, man. You right there in it.
Community policing.
Man, I don't know who running against you, buddy, but whew, they got their work to do.
Nah.
They got their work cut out.
Hopefully nobody. Just let it be.
Answer this question. You are
Get that mic.
in the city of you in Chesterfield County, right?
Yes, sir.
So how far do the area cover? Is Chesterfield, Pageland, McBee, what else?
It's Paisley, Jefferson, McBee, Cheraw, Patrick, Ruby Mount Croggan, and Chesterfield.
You got that many cops right now that can
Man, 50 showed up at y'all club. Yeah, he got that.
Hey, in charges.
He brought 50 to the. They got 50 charges.
in charges.
Yeah, yeah.
The
He didn't know he
the
didn't
sheriff's
make
office of the county is
He was-
responsible for the unincorporated area.
He sent me out there.
So like we go to Paisley, Paisley has a police department. When you get to Chesterfield, Chesterfield has one. And Cheraw has a police department. But all the other places that we take care of.
Oh,
Man, that's how that worked.
shit.
I've seen Chesterfield police do some good things too, right?
Yeah.
Even when I was there, I seen them. I met some officers. I ain't like all of them, but I met some that was, because, at 3:00 at night, everybody in Chesterfield, or if you out that type of night, you going to the Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The Alco at Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Y'all made the Alco stop staying open all night though.
shoot, man, we made them get money, man.
Y'all made them people start closing. You ain't realize that, did you?
Y'all made them stay open.
We brought money into the community.
Mr. Dixon said, I ain't want that kind of music. I ain't
And they didn't need
want
it.
that kind of carrying on in my community.
I was just glad you didn't bring B Lord up there.
Yeah.
He came twice.
He came.
He came
I
twice.
missed him
He
then.
came.
But you ever notice this, that they had real trouble before we got there,
Yeah,
and they had real trouble after we got there.
Yeah.
But we ain't had no real trouble. Now we had some nuisance,
Yeah.
but we ain't had no real trouble.
But like I tell you, Joe, y'all, most of the club owners are good people.
Yeah,
You just can't control who you attract.
Yeah,
That's
that's
And you,
true.
and you were trying to attract everybody because you were trying to bring those big time artists. in.
yeah.
And I think you was the first one that came to Chesterfield County that brought artists
Kinda
there.
artist.
You know?
Yeah.
That
And then
kinda-
Oh, hit the thing.
the Carolina Live.
Hit the thing.
No,
yeah,
fetish.
You walk a flock.
He didn't make it to the club though.
Dang.
He went hard in the paint.
Walker ain't made it. Yeah, you can't get past old Mr. Dixon.
hey yo,
He went to Chesterfield County Hilton.
That's crazy.
hey,
Ooh,
Play
boy.
them games, bro.
Play with him if
do
you
you know
want.
how? Because that's when Facebook first started popping. Do you know how many Facebook, message I got the next morning. Man, I was trying to come. We went to jail.
I couldn't get past.
Yeah,
He said every entrance to the club.
yeah.
That's
I
a
said,
shit.
well, man,
Go
came
ahead,
back, he
Mr.
said,
Dixon.
hey, yo, they over there, because there's 4 roads to get there. I said, man, I ain't missing my money, man.
We had them all covered that night.
Ooh,
Man.
wee. That's how you do it.
But you know what, man?
Look at y'all now, though.
But look at him. He in the studio today.
I'm telling you, look at y'all now. Came all the way full circle. How about that, man?
That's what we call this a 360.
That 360.
Mm-hmm.
We
There
call
you
it
go.
a 360.
There you go. There
Well,
you
man, I love to keep you all day and keep talking.
You got to buy lunch, man. My family's here now. We got to go find something to eat.
go. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I can come eat lunch with you.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'll buy you lunch, man.
How about
I gotta go fold up some clothes.
Had somebody tell me they
You
dudes
can
tell
do
me
that when
they
y'all
don't-
get on.
they don't-
Man, you can fold
I'm glad
up
that you
clothes.
fold up clothes, well.
But
They try to
hey,
make
man,
me feel bad.
I'm glad you came.
I appreciate y'all
Hey,
having me.
man, thank you for coming.
And
Oh, yeah.
you could. We say this to everybody. The last 4 or 5 weeks,
Yeah.
you can come back
Yeah, you come back,
anytime.
man.
Anytime.
Yeah, you
I got
come
to
back.
get my
You
energy
come-
back up, man.
Anytime.
Yeah.
And since you the police, I need you to do one thing when you get to Chesterfield County today.
What's that?
I need you to tell the people of Chesterfield County to go to YouTube and subscribe 119 Media Group
Yeah.
and rock the bell.
She got it now.
All right.
She's doing it right
Thank you.
now.
Yeah, show us some love.
But I
Yes.
appreciate y'all having me, man. Let
Yeah, it's-
listeners see another side of law enforcement. We're not,
Right on.
we're not
Yeah.
bad guys.
Yeah.
We just have a
The
job.
majority of you aren't.
Yeah.
We just got a job.
Majority
to do.
ain't.
Majority of them not.
Nah, they not. Like I said, my
But the majority of them ain't like him, though.
Amen to that.
Yeah. They ain't like you.
Amen to that.
How about Sheriff Hudson, man? I'm challenging Sheriff Hudson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm challenging TJ George, the Sheriff of Florence County.
There you go.
I like to see both of them come on the show.
Challenge, laying it down. Definitely.
Say it one more time. Get that, Drew. Get that, Drew. Turn around. Get
TJ
him.
Joy.
Look at that camera right there, real quick, because he
Drew, get
live
that, Drew.
now.
TJ Joy.
Calling them out. I like the way he did that.
I want to talk to Mr. TJ Joy anyway.
Yeah, he need to come on the show, man. Give us some of that real stuff.
Jamel, you think you can make that work?
Let us humanize him.
I'll try.
Yes.
Yeah, but TJ's a good guy,
Yeah.
and James Hudson. They both
Yeah.
good guys.
Mhm.
And we got a good open relationship with each other. They call me.
Tell Hudson I'm from Darlington.
Mr. Joy got my vote.
Well, I'm gonna tell TJ about you all. 'Cause I'm definitely gonna call him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it'd be good for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure y'all got some Florence listeners down that way.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be good for him. And he's
I
down
love
there
it.
guy, man.
That's
You just
what
got to put the seatbelt on with
we
him.
want to point some.
That's where we go.
Ooh.
I'm telling you now, because he's gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah. I
We
love
like
it.
that.
Love it.
That they say real talk up
Real
there.
talk.
Yeah.
All I know is this. That's how we grow over here. Uncomfortable.
Yep.
You can't grow if you're comfortable. We get uncomfortable so we can grow.
But it's about to come to an end.
Man.
Now it's
This
time.
is dope, though.
James
Now it's
Dixon.
time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's all my friends.
Good night, John boy. Good night.
Hey yo, the whole family said good night.
Y'all don't know nothing about that, man.
Yeah.
Y'all too young, man.
Yeah. John Boy,
I'm too
good
young
night.
for that one.
Yeah.
Which one you?
That was. I'm a Def Comedy Jam. That was what I was doing.
Yo, he talking about the walls.
He talking about
I'm watching the
Shoot,
Walls.
man.
I'm talking
Man.
about the clamping.
He talking
Yeah.
about Beverly Hillbillies.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
College, like,
I
thank you
did
folks
watch
for
the
kindly
Beverly
dropping
Hillbillies. I
that.
did watch the
We're
Beverly
all
Hillbillies.
invited back
You're right.
next week with this.
He's on the whole
to
song.
have he been helping out his hospitality.
Yeah, I did. Like,
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
listen, man, one more thing. I'm just glad to be here. Had to invite to talk, give your listeners a different perspective of law enforcement.
Yeah.
We're not all bad people. We just got a job to do. They're trying to make a difference.
Got a job to do.
amen.
A hell of a job to do.
Respect them.
But we gotta change parenting though. That's gonna change our society.
All right, y'all. It's a tall order.
One household at a time.
One household at a time.
Well, we out of here.
All right.
Real Talk 360.
Yeah.
James Dixon, my friend.
Now,
Now,
Yeah.
y'all have a good. We'll see you later.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy.
We out.
Peace, love, blessings.
Open your ears and listen, direction for your ambitions. New narrative, this the community coalition. Drumel, Corey, and Dory here for the intervention. We've been letting it slide for too long. Here on not no more slipping. Unity in our communities is how we rise up. Empowerment to self, knowledge as well. Let's wise up. No more fighting as individuals, we municipal. Change the forecast, this the podcast to listen to. You got a vision, we got a vision, let's make it visible. Say we gotta fight for our rights, well then enlist me. All bite, no bark, real talk, 360.